You drinking cider?
Yeah, you don't like cider?
Like just regular cider? Like what kind of cider? Like it's like a brand cider or
Kopparberg. It's
what?
premium cider, strawberry lime, 4% alcohol, imported from Sweden, if I'm correct.
Fancy.
I know, right? You got the fancy
Yeah.
stuff out here. He importing that good stuff.
Yeah,
You
we
drinking
get. I,
cider?
I usually get a case of it and just keep it in the pantry for when I want a little treat for myself. But yeah, I'm drinking wine though. But I don't think I want to drink wine tonight. I think I'll pass on
We're alive, by the way.
Oh my
wine.
goodness.
That's good. That's good. Everyone should know that wine is the best form of alcohol to drink.
Is it though? Is it?
It is. Wine is smooth, man. The only downside to wine is that it puts you to sleep after a couple. If you drink enough, you get tired. Other than that, it's brilliant.
I feel like I barely drink wine to be honest.
What type of wine do you drink when you do drink wine?
I would just say definitely not white wine. It's like
Hmm.
something else. It's like the grape or whatever it is, or they're all grape. I don't know.
They're not all grape. That's the
Uh,
question. Like, okay, so when you have wine, do you just have wine by itself, or do you have it with something?
with the people I drink with is usually with something else.
Okay, because wine is good to complement with stuff. Like if you're having meat, like fish or
Yeah.
beef or something like that, or pasta. Like depending on the wine you're going with, it changes the wine. So like you could have a wine that may not taste good by itself, but then you put it with pasta and it's like, ooh, this is actually kind of nice. This goes on smooth. So yeah, that's how I usually have my wine. But if you wanted just something that you could just drink, like you're drinking juice or something, then I just go with Moscato because it's sweet.
Oh yeah, that's good too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
All
Ah,
right.
Zodiac then. Wine is life. Zodiac has class.
Oh man, already got the wine lovers. All
Mm.
right, we are live. What up, chat? How's everybody doing? Let me know if the audio is good. Let me make sure everything's good to go. We started on time, guys, so I'm gonna need some props. All right, I'm gonna need you to give Shadow his respect. All right. We started on time. This was supposed to start at 6:45. We started at 6:30 on a dot. Okay, maybe not on a dot, but you get my point. All right, I'm
It's
gonna need
funny
that.
you say that because someone in the chat was like, "What's the point of a timer, Shadow, if you're not going to meet it?
Listen,
You can't win, can you?"
listen. I can't win. I can't. I can't. But I'm gonna say it's 50-50. Like sometimes some of y'all ain't ready. Sometimes it's me. I know last time my mic was all messed up and it was terrible. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try to change that. Let's see. Zodiac, Ace Breaker, Whacktastic, it's Black Ace, J Run, Mazio. What up, guys? How y'all doing? How y'all doing this fine Sunday evening, or wherever you are around the world? Let me just make one more preparation
Um,
thing, and we should be good to go.
Even the new guy gets a shadow, not you, Shadow.
Listen, man.
Hello, chat.
Listen, I'm getting tired
He
of this.
says, "Good job, Bao, Devil Q, and Riku." Thank you,
That's what I'm
Ace.
saying.
Man, man, listen, I'm getting tired of this running joke that y'all guys got. All right, you guys gotta stop this. All right, it's not funny. All right. I'm just here doing my job, and y'all need to put some respect on my name. That's all I'm saying. All right. Okay. That's all I'm saying. All right. All right.
Yo, I gotta say, Whacktastic coming in nice with thank you, Shadow, for joining Q's podcast.
What the fuck? Now it's Q's podcast, huh? Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
getting,
are we putting up waifus everywhere? You know what? There's a very nice looking waifu on the cover for the podcast this week, so I can take a little bit of 50% credit for that. She nice.
how are
She a
you
nice looking
taking
waifu.
50%? You know what? I'm done. I'm done.
Just for the waifu.
Oh
Just for the
my,
waifu. I'm not taking the whole thing. You see, I leave 50% for you.
oh my god. All right. All right, let's get this party rolling. Welcome, everybody, to HPMP, the JRPG podcast, Shadow Elite's podcast, Mr. JRPG's podcast, not Q's, not Bio and Friends. This is my podcast, and this is episode 75. Okay, people? All right. I'm very secure about this being my podcast. All right, we are live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, or wherever else you get your little podcasts from. We're on there. Okay, I just gotta upload the last episode. I haven't done that, but you guys know what I'm talking about. All right, you know I'm good for it. Okay, you'll have multiple episodes to watch. All right. Okay, let's get started with the intros here. Bob, go ahead, man.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the HPMP podcast. It is with great pleasure today that I can inform you Super Robot Wars W for the DS has not official fan translation. As of today, you can play the entire game in English, and this is just not any game in the series. This is, in my opinion, one of the best RPGs I played in my life. If you don't believe me, play Stage 1 and 2 just to get a taste of how good the world building, the character chemistry, every aspect of this game is. Trust me. Just play the first 2 stages. Won't even take you long. You'll see what I mean.
I almost want to take you up on that.
Do it. First 2 stages is short. Won't even take you an hour.
That's like high recommendation right there.
Can I download it on my 3DS, this game?
If it's a DS game, sure. Oh, also, specifically, Riku, I think you would like this one because of the world building.
Is it? Send me that link, baby boy.
I will indeed.
Now, wait a minute. Can I also play it on the Steam Deck?
Jeez.
If you have a DS emulator, yes.
Ah, okay.
Do you have a Steam Deck, Shadow?
No, I don't, but I just wanted to make sure if I could.
The real question is, what with all these announcements, what can run on the Steam Deck?
That's a good point. We got to get into that if we got time later. Go ahead, Riku.
What up, everyone? Riku-san one, the only one here. We out here playing all types of games. So energy up front is a little wishy-washy, but we'll see how it goes when we get into these topics.
Yo, it's only wishy-washy because this man was up all day and all night playing Elden Ring. I can see I can see all his play history. I see it's all the time his Elden Ring at the status. He's just playing that well into the night.
Let me just go on ahead and turn this shit to appear invisible.
Oh man,
People are judging me.
We got super chat from Sebastian. Nice podcast. Who is this money going to? Q or Bao? Man, listen, man. They gonna get it maybe sometime in the future. I don't even know, but it's going towards me for the time being.
Goes to charity, the charity of waifus and stuff.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
the assumption.
Oh my god. Speaking of which, go ahead, Q.
Hey, we're back again, the husband of dreams. We had to talk about waifus. There are new waifus announced in these new stuff, and we need to talk about them.
Oh my
because
god.
it's important.
Oh my god. this man. This waifus. We got a guest on here today. He just crossed over 1,000 subs, so he's pretty hype right now. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Devil.
Hey guys, how's it going? Devil May Pie here. Appreciate the shout out. And it's just been a fan of the podcast for a while, so glad to be on. Thank you, Shadow, for the opportunity. And 2 things before we start. I'm not going to go on with this bow and friends thing, all right? We got to show Shadow the respect. He's our charismatic and gracious host, so we should, offer that to him. And secondly,
this man's trying to get that permanent spot.
Man, oh man, come and fight us.
Second point, okay? Second point, I'm kind of disappointed that my favorite HPMP member, Lady Pelvic, is not present.
Lord.
So I'm super let down by that. And my other favorite, Gad Mew, is not here as well. So just like Elden Ring, this is a maidenless podcast. God damn.
Oh my god.
He brought you wine, he dined you for a bit, and then shot you in the face.
Basically, yeah. You know what? I can't believe this man did that. Oh my god.
We maidenless, Riku. Maidenless.
I need. Listen, man. You gotta have to talk to your little maidens. All right. All right. I'll be telling them to jump on the podcast, but they be busy or something.
You need to trick her and tell her we got a special guest, Yoko Taro, here.
That's probably what's gonna happen. Gonna have to happen.
let me put on my mask, my Yoko Taro.
Exactly. Go ahead and put on the mask. Say, we got Yoko Taro here. Look, camera.
You know what? That might actually work. We might have to do that. We might have to do that. Set something like that up. We got a super chat from Ace Breaker. Hope you gentlemen are doing fine this weekend. P.S. Thanks for the unblock, Riku. God is truly good. Oh my god. Now wait a minute, Riku. Did his time run out, or was it like you just you were feeling generous?
It was Bao who had to intervene.
Bao here persuaded me in order to get him off, but I told him as long as he watches his fucking mouth with that Pokémon slander, he can stay off. But if he slips up, I told him he's going back on block until we get Reverie. That's quite a while.
That's like 4 years, bro. Like damn.
Right, exactly. Well, Point is, he's been on his best behavior. Acebreaker seems to be a swell young man for now.
Oh my god. Gotta persuade people to get people to unblock stuff. Oh man. Alright. Devil, man. I got a couple of questions for you. Or just one. What's your favorite JRPG?
Favorite JRPG of all time is Persona 4.
Ooh, I love this guy. There we go.
Yes, sir.
Persona 4 Golden.
There we
Oh.
go.
I don't want to get into it. I love both, but I played the PS2 version first, so that'll always be my first love. So, but it's not like I don't recommend people to play Golden. Of course, it's a great one, but I don't know. I don't want to get into it, but something about the PS2 version I kind of like more. It's a me thing.
Nice.
I've got a
nice.
follow-up question. If you have a second favorite, what would it be?
Second favorite, probably Nier Automata.
Mm.
You're talking about
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get what
kinda
you
get
mean
to
with
that.
the Persona
Wanna get
4
to that.
thing. Like, I prefer the actual Gen 1 Pokemon to their GBA remakes. Partly just because that's what I grew up with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. I play
The
Red and
classics
Blue.
are nostalgic, but going back to them now, it's not the same, is it?
I wonder if I would feel the same way if I played Heart Gold or Soul Silver, because I really love Gold and Silver.
I played Hard Gold and Soul Silver, and Gold and Silver were where I got my start, my real start. But I think the thing is, I liked Hard Gold and Silver. The thing is that I think if I went to go and play Gold and Silver now, there's a 50-50 chance that I really like it, and a 50-50 chance that I'm like, it kills the memory I have of it. And so I will not dare to even try them at this point in time. I don't want to kill the memory. I love the memory of it.
Yes, I can get that. All right. What are we talking about first? What's going on here? What are we talking about? We want to talk about Soul Hackers. We want to talk about Pokemon. What do we want to talk about first?
Pokemon is
So
freshest.
The
You wanna-
waifus, or do you want to go straight into Pokemon?
I would say let's save Pokemon for last, and not because it would be the best topic, but because we had our one gotta go. We could segue into that.
All right, cool. Yeah, you got a point there. All right, so let's talk about Soul Hackers. Let's start off strong with Soul Hackers here. This game, oh my goodness, this game looks good. This game,
This kind of came out of nowhere, right?
yeah, absolutely. Well, like it was like being built up towards for like I don't know, like a week or maybe a couple of days beforehand, and then all of a sudden it officially dropped, and yeah, we got a new Soul Hackers game.
So tell the people, the ignorant people, about this Soul Hacker, because they're probably looking at it and like, oh no, is this another Persona spinoff? It looks like Persona. I see the Persona demons. What's this all about? Give people that might not be knowledgeable on Soul Hackers, whether it's Shadow or Bow. I know you guys are deep into the Atlas. So
I'm actually gonna give this one to Bow.
Keep it simple. The difference between Devil Summoners and Persona is, well, you're still summoning demons. Well, Persona, that is your persona, like it's your inner personality or whatever. You guys are just summoning demons to help them with whatever. In the first game, you were basically cyberpunk detectives, more or less. But with this one, they're going in a slightly different direction, saving people, and I'm not sure what else entirely. Since we're on the topic, though, it seems okay because in the first game, your party was humans and demons. Like imagine Persona, except you can have demons straight up in the party as a party member
like
slot.
SMT.
Yeah, but in the sequel, in the trailer we've seen, it's just the humans. Although demons are still there, the human is using the skill. Like you see, two characters use Zanma and Agidine without summoning a demon. So there's some type of change, but we haven't seen enough to know the full details yet. Because we saw the equivalent to the cathedral or velvet room where you could fuse demons. So demons are in the game and you still fuse them, but as to the role in battle, we don't know 100% yet.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think yes, Fusion is definitely going to be here. I think maybe each party member is going to have their own demon that they can summon in battle, or maybe just the main protagonist, which is not a silent protagonist, thank God. So
Is this the first?
is this a what?
Is this the first for it? For
Shin Megami Tensei?
yeah.
What, all human party members?
No, just the protagonist, not
Oh.
actually having dialogue behind what they say.
That's a question.
Technically, no.
Okay,
I think so.
has it been a while?
Oh, when I say technically, there's been some characters in past games where, while they don't talk, you might see a scene of them talking. Like, there's a scene in Digital Devil Saga where your main character is silent, but you see a flashback before, like, he lost his memories or whatever, and he's just normal. Like, he's speaking and everything. It's kind of weird.
But like for the majority of the games, like they have been silent protagonists. Now that I think about it, I don't think Flynn wasn't a silent. No, he wasn't he silent in 4, but in Apocalypse.
He got a personality in Apocalypse.
Yeah. Okay, okay. That's
same with the Persona 2 protags. In the first game, the first game you have a silent protagonist, and then in the sequel, they talk, and then another person was a silent protagonist. So it's weird.
You know, that's what really annoys me about the Persona games is that in the games they're silent, and then when you watch the anime, they've got full voice and character and personality, and I like their character and personality in the shows, but in the games, because they're so silent and dead on the inside, I mean, you kind of forget about it because you're again embodying the character when you're playing the game, but to a certain extent, it's like you're in a conversation and someone says something to you and your character just stands there and you select something and then they just nod their head and the other person responds to it, and it's kind of jarring sometimes, and then you watch the anime and it's great, they actually say shit. So I don't know why they don't just do that, just give us actual characters,
because they really want to make it seem like, oh, we're the ones in this particular situation, we're the actual character, which is just
that's the thing Japan likes a lot is Japan really your game does really well if it follows the self-insert model.
But why though? Like I don't need that.
It's a Japanese thing.
Because everyone calls no one calls the main character from Persona Me. They call him Joker. Like everyone knows Joker is Persona 5's main character and so forth. I think that's the thing. It's like when you have a protagonist and they have a name and they have a backstory and they have all these sort of things, it's like this isn't really a blank slate, is it? I'm inserting myself. I'm basically controlling this person at some point in their life going forward, but it's not a blank slate.
That's true, and like they have their own responses and everything. Like even though there's only like 2 or 3 responses that you can choose from, that still forms their own personality. It's not really you at all.
Here's the thing you have to take into consideration, and I was having it was like a little small conversation with Blake, and I think it was Acebreaker on Twitter. This had to be a couple days ago in regards. No, it wasn't Acebreaker. It was Mazio. We were talking about. Someone brought up the question if Advance Wars was considered an RPG.
It was me. I was the one that brought it up.
Yeah. Okay. So you brought it up. So it was, I know the conversation on Twitter was me, you, Mazio, and Blake. I know those were the people in the conversation. And one of the things where it was about Advance Wars is it an RPG and whatnot. And I brought up I think Mazio brought up the fact that if you want to consider Advance Wars an role playing RPG, what about Ace Combat? Or you're technically role playing a person in a jet, and then I brought up the point that technically when you play literally any video game, for the most part, you're role playing. You're role playing with a controller in your hand. Like the people out there doing LARPing and shit, yeah, they're role playing with like armor and whatnot. We're basically doing the same thing, but just with a controller on a TV. So it's like I was telling him that the name RPG for the genre is kind of redundant, So
yeah,
in regards
I think
to, go ahead.
No, I think there's a separation. So like I think when someone thinks role playing, right? Yes, when you're playing like a fighter jet game or whatever have you, a flight simulator, you're basically playing the role as the person, the pilot flying the plane and whatnot. The thing though is that when you think role playing, you're thinking of a character, per se, like an actual physical human-looking character or whatever have you that you're
Not
then
necessarily.
taking the role. I mean, generally speaking, when you think role playing, you think because when I was growing up, whenever I spoke to someone about role playing games, they didn't even call them role playing games back then. They called them quests. They're like, oh, you're playing a quest game. But that was what people called them back when I was growing up. Oh, you're playing a game of quests, and a lot of reading, dialogue, and all that kind of stuff. When you play a flight simulator, you're not seeing that. When you play a racing game, you're not seeing that. The quests are kind of sort of like indicative of the whole role playing genre, and I think that's
I mean,
that's what separates it essentially. I get where you're going with it.
here's the thing in regards to that. Obviously, if we're gonna go, back into history, why is it called role playing and all of that shit? When you look
Man,
at,
we the only podcast I know that can go from the topic to something else to
well,
what
I mean,
is a
here's the thing you're talking
role-playing
about.
game.
So, because you mentioned soul hackers and the fact that self-inserting and whatnot. It's up to you if you want to go down that path. We can save it for later and get to the topics. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's stay on topic here. Let's talk about soul hackers and what it is. Jesus.
Okay, so back to soul hackers. Guys.
Oh my god. So
yeah, I just mentioned the fact that first time in a while that main character is fully voice acted, right? That's been confirmed. He's fully voice acted, and this is also a first time in a long time, if not the first time, female only protagonist. Correct?
that's a good point.
Persona.
I
I mean, if we're talking about FPS, if we're talking about
Like I said, first time in a
Persona
long
3
time.
Portable, yeah, I guess first time in a long time. We got super chat real quick from Demi Crow, $2 super chat. Quest 64 best RPG. I've heard things about Quest 64 that people say is trash, and it's interesting because when I was a kid and it first came out, I really really wanted it, but it just never. It wasn't a priority. It wasn't like a priority because there was like other games like Smash Bros and Banjo Kazooie and Kirby, and I just never got around to get into Quest 64. But I heard it's trash. I don't know.
I've heard it was trash as well.
Yeah.
You broke this guy's soul. He's out there thinking this is the best thing, and you just told him no.
I mean, I'm just saying that like I've heard it's trash. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going by what I hear on that one.
Oof.
Devil, what do you think about Soul Hackers, man?
Yeah, super exciting. Funny enough, I just started Soul Hackers on a 3DS like a month ago. I just put a little bit of time in it, but didn't get too far in. But now that this one is announced, I'm definitely going to jump back into it and trying to finish that before the game comes out. Really surprising that they kind of just, they did the countdown thing, but like it's very unlike Atlas to announce the game and have it be available like within the same year. So unlike Persona 5 and SMT 5 where they gave us a JPEG too far in advance and we have to wait for 10 years. So glad they're taking with this approach and to give life to their spin-off. And happy for the Soul Hacker fans, and I'll definitely be picking it up. Is it confirmed to be worldwide release, or is this just Japan?
I think they said
it's worldwide. Yeah, it's worldwide.
Okay, cool.
It's like December. Wait, when did they say it was like
August.
September or something? Right?
September,
August?
August.
Oh shit, nice.
So since we're on topic of spin-off, Atlas, Devil Survivor 3, please.
Let's
get that rolling.
go.
We need that. Streets need that.
Yes, we do.
We need that.
That's
game,
my favorite
man.
spin-off, by the way.
Absolutely.
Mine as well.
Yeah.
Which one is it better?
I like both, but I'm a Devil Survivor 2 guy.
Okay.
One for me. One for me is the best SMT game.
One is really, really great.
Best SMT game, period.
Yes.
Wow, interesting. I don't know. I don't know about that. We got super chat from Sebastian to Pen. I don't know what currency that's. Devil, pick Quest 64 or 13 Sentinels.
I mean, is that even a question? I mean, I never played Quest 64, but my answer will always be 13 Sentinels.
I need to play 13 Sentinels, man. I gotta get around to playing that one.
Do it, Shadow. You gotta do it.
Because I gotta get into the mindset that I'm not really gonna be playing the game. I'm gonna be reading the game. So
Shadow, get this: the whole thing is voice acted. Every single line, even your thought bubble. So you technically don't have to read that much.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. Because it scares me off like a visual novel. I ain't too much into that, but I gotta get around to that when I'm free.
You'll be surprised.
So with Soul Hackers, I saw some people saying that this isn't like the original Soul Hackers game, and somebody actually on one of my comments to my video said that, oh, this is just riding off the clout that Soul Hackers 1 had. I'm like, that game had clout? I don't know because I ain't play that one, and I'm not like I tried to go back and play it a little bit, but I was like, I know I'm not going to play this game right now, so I just looked at it a little bit. I'm pretty sure like that game. I'm pretty sure it's good, but I'm pretty sure it's not that popular, which kind of leads me into like why go with Soul Hackers 2 because it seems like they could have named this anything else. And
Well, this is a sequel.
it's definitely a sequel. Okay.
Like the events of the first game, like they mention them briefly.
Oh, they do? Oh, okay. I didn't even realize that. Like the end of like the end of the game, or like the
like just that the timeline is the same. Like there's a good chance you may not even see anyone or anything. Well, actually, no, that's a lie. The Cathedral of Shadows dude is from the first game with a new design. So these are the same characters to a degree. Well, same characters, but not the same party, essentially. Like you might see cameos of party from one.
okay. All right.
Isn't it interesting that they've left out like even though it's Soul Hackers, it's not called Devil Summoner anymore. It's just Soul Hacker 2.
That is interesting because they call themselves Devil Summoners in the trailer.
Exactly, and I'm not even sure that all the characters in their party are Devil Summoners. I think maybe 2 of the characters in the party are Devil Summoners. The rest are something else. They're agents, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
I think at least 3 of them are.
We got super chat from Demi Crow, $5 super chat. If you like the Switch, get 13 Sentinels ported. Runs like a dream. Okay.
He says that. I need to see this final battle because that final battle had my PS4 lagging.
Jesus Christ, really? On that game? My God.
Have you seen the battles in that? It's like missile galore.
Okay.
Missiles everywhere.
See, every time I see the game, it's never like actual gameplay. It's always like just the characters running around the city or something like that.
The vanillaware art style of the character running or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. So another thing about Soul Hackers, real quick, is that the Shin Megami Tensei fan base, the Shin Megami Tensei fan base. Let's just say, let me keep it kosher. Let me be nice. They a little bit passionate, right? So they get a little on edge when somebody compares something to a certain other game that it looks like this other game and stuff like that. And I'll just say like they get mad when their game gets compared to like Persona or something like that.
I don't even think this looks like Persona. I think this looks like something else, but I'll get to that in a sec.
Yeah, so they get a little passionate about that. I would say like it's got like kind of the cell shaded look that kind of Persona has, but like has a more like stylish look as well. I just want to know why the Shin Megami Tensei fan base is so defensive about that. Like, well, what's wrong with being a little bit more like one of the most popular games, and rightfully so, one of the best games probably on the planet? Persona.
I can tell you. I saw it happen in real time.
Go ahead, Bao. Let me know what's going on.
Rarely since the days of Persona 3, SMT fans have hated the direction Persona went down, and as the Persona games got more and more popular with each release. And back then, Shin Megami Tensei wasn't getting any new games. They just got more bitter and bitter. And then you get Persona getting the worldwide recognition that it does now, where everyone compares things to Persona. Persona is the best RPG ever. And then SMT fans have always considered Persona, at least onwards from 3, that like red-haired stepchild that they don't want to talk about because it's not real SMT.
Yeah, because they're butthurt, though. The thing is that
yes,
Persona is popular because it's much more accessible in SMT than standard SMT, and more people like the bright, more colorful, cute anime sort of aesthetics more so than the morbid sort of like, hey, I'm gonna kill myself kind of vibe that you get from SMT. So like you've got those two things. So it's just like for example, you'd have like when when you were younger or something, you'd have like a lot of emo kids. They weren't that popular, like they weren't that big. But then you had the popular kids who were into all the whatever was popular at that point in time. It doesn't really make the emo kids who like the stuff that they like any less significant, even if the popular kids are popular. So I don't see why people get bothered over this sort of stuff. Like hey, it's fine. Like what you like, and don't hate something that someone else likes just because it's more popular than what you like. That's just ridiculous.
It's not only just the popularity. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. We got a super chat from Demi Crow. Thank you, brother, for another super chat. Appreciate that, man. It looks like a mix of Tokyo Mirage Sessions, Persona 5, and Scarlet Nexus.
He said what I was thinking. I was thinking it looks like Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
Well, here's the thing about that. This is the same director as Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
It looks like when I saw it, that's the first thing I thought. And I'm one of those people. I don't know about you guys, but I'm one of those people who loved Tokyo Mirage Session. Like I think it's a great game. It looks gorgeous. Love the character designs and everything like that. And seeing this instantly got my interest. And even my missus, when she saw the trailer, she was like, "Oh my god, this looks great. Can we get it? Like, are we gonna get this one?" So this was an instant yes, this is one that we're gonna hop into and play and that kind of stuff. I'm not sure if it looked like the original, if she would have said the same thing, or if I would have been like, I want to get this.
Okay, yeah, it does look a mix between those games. Hopefully on at least the PC, it will look like Scarlet Nexus. Because honestly, I think Scarlet Nexus looks like one of the best. Like it's a true quote unquote next gen JRPG. Scarlet Nexus. When you get that game running at full on a 4K monitor, oh my god, it's ridiculous, and it's running at 120.
The best one I've ever seen, hands down.
That game looks amazing.
Top tier cell shading, in your opinion?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Like, I actually want another Scarlet Nexus game. Like, honestly,
I think that's a personal preference. I think some of the JRPGs look better than Scarlet Nexus, but I think because of art style more so than the whole cell shading that Scarlet. Because I liked the look of Scarlet Nexus a bit after I played it, but I wouldn't say I put it over some others. Like, I think this looks gorgeous as it is already.
Yeah. So another thing about Soul Hackers is that it's lacking a platform to release on. And
what do you mean that it's lacking a platform to release on?
Well, it's coming to almost everything, but
even the Xbox, right?
Even the Xbox One. Even the Xbox One. It's coming to that thing. I was surprised it was coming. I was like, oh, Xbox One, Microsoft.
Coming to Windows too.
Coming to Windows. Shit. Oh my goodness! But it's not coming to arguably the most popular console handheld on the planet, the Nintendo Switch. What are we thinking here? Why is this game not coming on the Switch? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Because it's got Steam Deck exclusivity. That's
man.
Steam Deck verified.
I think it's like we were saying before the show, that I think it's just gonna release later. Like they probably got another studio working on it, because obviously to port it to the Switch is gonna be different than all these other platforms that are just have similar architecture and a lot more powerful. I think later down the line they'll probably have someone else port it, or they'll themselves will work on it and port it to the Switch with other stuff, because obviously they're gonna have to downgrade it a bit and get it still looking like it looks, but with less visual fidelity. And then so I think it'll just come out as a collector's edition a year later that people will then buy a second time.
So we're thinking that this is a business strategy of sorts, and not like the developers just like the Switch is just not powerful enough. We don't care about it anymore.
I think that everyone in the chat, because we've got like 120 people in here, should drop a like, because we don't afford something and we want 20. That's what I think. But outside of what I think, it could be a business strategy.
Yeah, they could be pulling a Disgaea 6.
Oh my goodness! Don't mention that game to me. Like the more I think about that game, the more I just start hating it. I'm like, yo, this game.
Here's the thing: is definitely a interesting market strategy to go in regards to, let's release our game on these platforms, but not this platform, so that the people on this platform can get mad because they don't have it, and then we will release this game on that platform in some sort of super edition to make them feel even more special. Then they'll buy it. It feels like the whatever platform that they excluded is the one that they, to some degree, want to exploit a little bit more sales out of than they probably would have gotten had it released on the first time. That's just the way I see it when it comes to Dragon Quest XI, Disgaea 6, and probably this game.
Super chat from Demicro. If No Man's Sky can run, this can run.
Oh yeah, no, he has a point.
That's true. That's definitely true. I also feel like Atlas. I know it's not the same people working on it, but I feel like Atlas had an issue with Shin Megami Tensei 5 because I would say Shin Megami Tensei 5 runs as good as it can on the Switch to the best of its ability. Like they really went out their way to truly optimize it for the Switch, even though it's still not perfect at all. Like it's still frame drops. It still doesn't look that great. But that like it was like painstaking for them to get it running like that on Switch. To at this point, them just being like, you know what, it's not worth the trouble anymore. I can see it being something like that, but I think I can lean towards that. It's probably like a strategy of some sorts. $2 super chat from Acebreaker. Xbox slipped Xbox slipped that check to have it on Game Pass. Oh man. Game ass. Game ass. Is that what you said, Ace? Oh my
no.
goodness.
Ooh,
No slander for the best box.
Oh man.
You know what? Here's the thing, right? Xbox actually saved me this week, so I can't sit here and listen to Ace's slander like that, because I needed to hop on a game with a mate this week, and my PC failed on me this week. I had something weird going on, and I just...
Man, that troubleshoot gaming got to you. Huh?
Lord.
No.
You love to hear it, baby.
No.
Tell me more. I eat it all up, Cube.
This was not a PC thing. This was a me thing. Like I
Okay, you see how these PC guys go, man? It wasn't the PC's fault. He jumps in front of the bullet.
It was me.
No, it was me.
Right?
I'm the one that did it.
Innocent.
Don't take that bullet for the PC. It was innocent.
That's how it is most of the time. It's like this most.
Oh my gosh!
It might be
These
settings
PC
or
guys
something
are
like that,
different,
man.
bro.
I'm telling
It's always user error. It's never
me.
the PC's fault.
It's
PC gaming can do no wrong.
Exactly.
I'm sick of you, motherfucker.
Just like PlayStation can't do no wrong in your eyes, right?
Whoa! I never said that. That's just the narrative you try to push. Now we talk about Falcon. All right, now we got a story.
Calm down, Rico.
But you're right. I'm gonna calm down. They still have Tokyo Xanadu under their belt.
Exactly. So I've got my PC down for like a couple for the whole week, but I didn't have time to fix it. It's not a complicated fix. It's just I've been doing stuff all week, and so my Xbox working and having Game Pass on it was the perfect helper. I just had to install what I wanted. It installed pretty quick on my Series S, and there I was, ready to go. Splendor. Nothing wrong with the Xbox. It's brilliant. I don't know why you come with this slander. Xbox Game Pass is a deal. You people should get this. Also, shout out to anyone who has Amazon Prime, because they be giving away some good games every now and then on there for free. So, if you have Prime Gaming, check that shit out.
Super chat from Sebastian. Imagine Soul Hackers 2 running like Disgaea 6. Laughing my ass off. Please don't. Please.
I better optimize it. It's like, obviously, we all know this game can run on the Switch. Games like games coming out this year, like Xenoblade Chronicles 3. We know how vast that game is going to be, right? We know how lit that game's going to be.
Here's the thing. You can't compare Xenoblade Chronicles to anything else, because Monark and those guys, they practice witchcraft. They got the original Xenoblade running on the Wii, right? These guys are wizards, right? They're not on the level.
They had the original. They had the original Xenoblade running on a goddamn 3DS.
On a 3DS, exactly.
I don't know.
That is true. But wait, that was a new 3DS though. That wasn't the regular 3.
Whoa, it's still a 3DS at the end of the day.
Okay.
You know that they have a shrine or something and just casting spells.
So what you're saying, that they're the exception to the rule?
Hey,
Let me tell you why. Because that's Tetsuya Takahashi, creator of Xenogears.
Here we go.
Quit playing with this man, Rick. Quit playing with this man, Rick.
Oh my god.
He's a legend for a reason.
Why couldn't he complete Xenogears?
On your wall.
Because he didn't have a budget from Square.
Okay.
Square didn't believe in him.
But he's amazing though. Like why couldn't let me not get into that.
How you supposed to hold him like
now.
by freaking gunpoint? Give me
Man.
more money.
He's supposed to get that hustle, man. You hyping this man up. He should have been out there on those streets. He should have been selling his body to get that budget. I don't know.
Lord,
I don't know. You making like you talk about him. So yeah, Devil, were you gonna say something about Soul Hackers or?
Yeah, just looking at Atlas track record with Switch releases, it's kind of interesting where some games they did day and date, like Nocturne and Persona 5 Strikers, which those are considerably less, nicer than the other platforms. But then we got Catherine a little bit later, Full Body. That I heard that one's a really good port, and 13 Sentinels also a couple years later. So it's interesting what games they pick and choose to come to the Switch later. So I think there is a strategy to this, and they might have a special team that would port it. So looking forward to what that version would look like. But I won't be playing on there. I'll be on PlayStation, of course.
Oh, wow,
Lord.
So like you said,
Keywords, of course.
sacrilege. Like of course, I'll never touch that. It's disgusting. Never me.
Hold up, Devil. What's your excuse for not playing on PC?
Troubleshoot gaming, ew.
Oh my God!
Let's go.
I'm not a
that
PC
troubleshoot-
gamer, all right?
That troubleshoot gaming hit different, bro.
I mean,
You
I
sitting there, you got your brand new game. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it in the highest settings. You console peasants don't know nothing about this. And then you turn the game on. Blah, blah. What's happening?
So wait,
And then you
wait,
go on.
that has-
You're on the forums.
Oh
What's
my
going on?
God.
And everyone else is in the forums like, I don't know, bro. We're all trying to figure it out. And everyone on
I've never
everyone
had
on
that
console.
happen.
Everyone on
I
console
have
is like,
never
we're
had
having
that
fun,
happen.
and you're fucking Squidward in the goddamn house looking down and this.
What
That's crazy.
fantasy world do you live in, Riku? where this
That's the thing.
happens?
The only time I will have to agree with Riku on the point that it has happened to me quite a few times, but it's because when you're playing games pre-release, sometimes you end up with some crazy shit happening.
Pre-release.
Yeah, review copies. But that being said, most of the time, by the time a game is released, they fix that shit. Like it's by the time people get the game on their PC, it's working fine. So
But wasn't there something that just released on yeah, Elden Ring. Elden Ring
is a PS3
now wait a
game,
minute. Now
right?
wait a minute.
As a
PS3
PS3 game, of course, it's gonna run like shit.
Whoa,
on
first of all,
Jesus
it's a
Christ.
PS4 game. All right,
but-
get it right.
It's a PS3 game, right? Running
PS4
PS4
game.
level graphics, right?
What?
Borderline PS2 to PS3 level graphics.
What?
You're only making your case worse.
And I'm just proving the point that this game is visually disgusting. It
Oh,
should
Lord.
be looking better than this.
So you're saying even PC can save it?
Yeah, you're trying to
No,
say your
wait.
powerful PC that can run
I'm
Nectar
saying-
on it.
I'm
Can't
saying
run-
you port a 3DS game to the PC and try to run on the PC. It will look like a 3DS game, and it may
Well-
not run well because the emulators don't always run perfectly. So
See, you're talking about emulators. We're talking about a PC port.
So wait a
No,
minute.
this
Wait,
is
wait,
emulators
wait,
on the
wait,
PC.
hold on. I gotta ask.
They didn't actually port this to the PC. They had an emulator running in the game basically, a
Huh?
PS3 emulator to run this game. That's why. it
Sir,
was
I'm
like-
gonna need your sources, okay? Link it in the chat because I'm gonna know what the hell you smoking.
Hold on. I gotta ask a freaky cool question. Is it still troubleshoot gaming if it's not the fault of the PC that's wrong, but the game is just not optimized? Like, is
Exactly.
the developer's
Here's
fault?
the thing. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one side. That's just one bad side of PC gaming, troubleshoot gaming, right? There's the other side of PC gaming
boy,
that's
here
bad
we go.
when it comes to a PC port just running like complete garbage.
But
And
that's
Elden Ring is your recent example of that happening. You remember who remembers which Arkham? It was like I think it was like
Arkham Knight.
Man, oh man, what was going on there?
that's
But it
developers.
wasn't
That's not the
PC's
PC.
fault.
That was
It
not the PC.
developers.
The developers suck.
didn't do
That
the
was the
job.
developer's fault, Riku.
Yeah, that's the
No,
developer's
no,
fault.
no, and that's what I'm saying. I said there's two sides of like the bad side of PC gaming. One of them being troubleshoot gaming, like he's saying, user error, right? And then there's the other side where games will launch so fucking terribly on PC. I'm not saying this doesn't happen on consoles, right? We've seen how Cyberpunk launched on PS4, right? But it just feels like every other month I hear about a PC
Oh my
version of a
God.
game launching and it running like doo-doo butter.
I
Yes,
ain't gonna lie. Sophie too
And
kind of
And
runs
right now,
bad. I ain't gonna
and
lie.
right now, the recent example is Elden Ring. You remember? Weren't you the one playing Persona 5 Strikers on your PC? How did that go?
Mine was perfect.
Yeah, mine was fine. I don't think anything was wrong there.
No, I remember you complaining a little bit here, saying you regret you should have got this on your console. I was there.
You might be right now. I think.
Okay.
Now I think about it. You might be right. Yeah, you might be right.
I was there.
That's
in
all
your
I'm saying,
room,
man.
looking at
You
talking this
you
shit.
PC gamers are different.
All right,
Here's the
all
thing,
right, all right. Hold on,
Here's the
hold
thing,
on.
right? You're making all this slander about the PC and stuff like that, and then saying stuff like like making it seem like like it's all bad and all that kind of stuff. Even the thing that happened with my PC this week, it wasn't even with my games. Like I could still run games on my PC. I just messed up something with my what do you call it? My modem on my PC, and I just need to reset the whole bloody thing. That being said, my PC's fine. I'm talking to you right now on my PC on 4K,
I mean, yeah, me
60
too.
frames per second.
That's what you
Thank
should be
y'all.
using your PC on. Your Discord machine.
Oh wow. Okay. You know what? I'm not even gonna take that bait. I'm not gonna take that bait. Let's go back to Soul
It's a
Hackers.
Discord machine. At least until PlayStation gets it later this year. Then you niggas lose that exclusive features.
I'm gonna need you to calm down, Riku. Okay, all right, relax. All right, that's
All right,
blasphemous
we gonna
right
fall
there.
back.
Oh my god, we got any last impressions or anything to say about Soul Hackers before we move on to the next topic?
I'll just say
interested.
I'm not feeling the new aesthetic, but I'll get over it probably, hopefully,
Okay.
because it is a drastic change.
I like it. I'm good. I prefer it over the original, so I'm ready for this one. My buddy's ready.
Devil.
Yeah, super hype. Another JRPG for the year of 2022, looking good.
Let's
We
go.
got Xenoblade and hopefully more stuff. Maybe Final Fantasy 16. But yeah, we blessed.
That's right. We got super chat from Sebastian. Takeaway: Riku is jealous of PC gamers. Talk to him. Talk to this man.
Of what?
Sounds
He's
like to me.
jealous of the greatness
Maybe-
that PC can give us. But you know,
The only thing that I can think of that I would be genuinely jealous of is mods. I'll give you guys that. I'll give you guys mods.
I do
But I
like
give
me
you
my
guys
mods.
nothing else.
Those Resident Evil mods are different.
oh yes, they
We
do,
saw-
sir.
Yes,
We
sir.
saw Shadow on the SMTs with the TD mods and whatnot. He's out here having a blast.
Fire.
Good point. We got a super chat from Pachinko Games. Riku, where did the PC touch you?
This man said
Show the code where the PC touched you, bro.
The PC touched me right in the GPD.
Oh my god. We got another super chat from Duo Beard. Riku spitting facts. Troubleshoot game in hashtag Vita for life.
Let's
Oh
go,
my God.
Vita.
Vita, baby.
I
You
think
know the Vita is 10 years old now.
and you're
10 years
powerful
dead.
PC. You still don't got a Vita emulator. You PC
Yes,
niggas still don't
yes,
got a
they
Vita
right.
emulator.
because
You
most
wanna play
games
your
No one
Vita game?
wants to
Because
take the
Vita.
effort to do
If
it.
you wanna
most
play a Vita,
games,
get
most
a
games
Vita.
are available elsewhere. Most Vita games are available elsewhere, so you don't need an
Yeah.
emulator. I'm just saying.
That's the thing about the Vita, right? So I've got a Vita, right? Love my Vita and all that kind of stuff. Well, I don't have it anymore. I've given it to my son. But here's the thing. He's been playing on the Vita, and then randomly all the games have disappeared on the Vita. I'm like, what happened? He doesn't know. I don't know. And essentially, the memory card is acting all buggy and stuff, right? So I'm just saying, Vita troubleshooting going on here. Right? You gotta figure this shit out. So, just saying, I love my Vita, but if you're gonna slander the PC, it's gonna have to just push this in the court. You know, that's all it is.
Jesus. We got a super chat from Ace Breaker. So Riku gonna jump on the Steam Deck?
Hell no.
Whoa,
You guys said you could
whoa.
even win a max. He ain't touching no Steam Deck.
I am.
Oh, okay,
I got my
okay.
pre-order.
Okay, I'm about to say.
I'm team GPD right now. Every time I see an announcement of the Steam Deck, it will not be supporting this game on Steam. My spine tingles.
Oh my god. All right, let's move on to another topic here. We want to get into Elden Ring.
You guys
PS3.
have fun.
Let's talk about Elden Ring for 2.5 seconds here. Let's see what this game is all about. Riku, I really need you to go in on this game because I'm not seeing it. I'm
Actually,
not
before Riku starts, let me just say the only thing I have to say about Elden Ring, or really a question for Riku and Devil. Is this actually any different from past Souls games? So just looking at it, it is not at all.
Yes, it's still a Souls game, but they've added a lot.
Well,
We'll get into
I mean, like fundamentally, is it still just basic pattern memorization? Because that's what turned me off from Souls games. It's just kind of boring, in my opinion.
Yes,
It's like
sir.
slow Monster Hunter.
So here's what I'll say in regards to the pattern memorization. In regards to the bosses, that a decent amount of the bosses, the ones that are actually try to give you a challenge. It seems that the meta to prior Souls like games were memorize their patterns, and take advantage of their attacks, their attack patterns and their attack strings. And you can kind of say that about most action JRPGs or even action games, right? That's the typical formula. Understand their patterns, their attack strings, and attack them when that attack string is over. It seems like a lot of people are getting stuck on the first boss on the bridge because his attacks seem to what's the word I'm looking for? Showcase that this game is definitely trying to take a more advanced approach in regards to that formula, to which and where you might sit there and learn his attack. Let's say he has a 3-hit swipe and then a slash slam on the 4th strike, right? And you're like, okay, after the slash slam, I'm gonna run in and hit him. And then the enemy right after the slash slam will do, he'll wind up like a backhand swipe right after the slash slam. You're like, oh crap, he didn't do that before. And you're like, okay, well, and then now I have to worry about, the backhand. And it seems like these enemies, those specific ones, From Software has given these guys a lot of different combinations and attack strings that link into a lot of other patterns that you probably thought you memorized until they actually do it. And it seems like the amount of combinations that these enemies can do is going to take you a very long time if you want to sit down there and memorize all of the patterns. It's to the point where it's not worth going about it that way anymore. You're better off trying to find a different strategy. And the different strategy that you end up coming to is usually a unique one, depending on the enemy, not their attack strings. So I think that that play on it is what, at least from a gameplay standpoint, makes it above the rest of the AI that the previous games had. In regards to the regular enemies that you see on the fields, I would say it's more so or less the same tactics that you used in previous Souls games. Like you see in this clip that Devil so graciously provided for us. You can still, wait for them sometimes to swing and you walk around and backstab them. There's certain Souls strategies that still work in this game for those enemies as well. So to answer your question, both. Yes.
All right, I'll answer your question a little quickly. So besides Riku's point that he mentioned, memorization patterns, that is a part of it. That can be your strategy. But what makes Elden Ring different is you're this first major boss, which there's a ton of bosses, and it's unlike the other games where you're kind of like stuck until you get past them. Some other games you can go in different order, but not as freely. With this one, you get time to figure out what you want to do. With this first major boss, he'll kick your ass, but then you leave, you go explore, you find other smaller bosses like the one I'm fighting now, this cat boss.
Yeah,
then you
looks crazy.
You figure out builds you like, because there's so many different options as far as like finding the right weapons. You can do like a magic thing. I'm going for like a dex, kind of like a more speedy / magic build. So it's just you have a lot of tools at your disposal, and also just like the different items and buffs and stuff like that. You can play around with poison. So there's more to it than just the basic memorization. And I think with Elden Ring being more open, I think it really lends itself well for you to, don't not feel like you're stuck in a corner until you get good and beat this one boss. You can wander off, go explore, and then just have fun. And they just give you a lot of stuff that's more accessible. Like the checkpoint systems are much more forgiving, so you're not losing too much progress. Like before, you lose to a boss, you have to run through a whole area to get to them. With this, they give you checkpoints right before the boss door, and just you jump right back in. So they have a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah. With him saying that, you saw how quickly he got back to this Meowster boss after dying. It was relatively quick. He got right back in there. And some people seem to... I've seen there's a handful of people that aren't really a fan of that change. They feel that the the gaming philosophy that the Souls games had up to this point was the stage that you go through to get to the boss was also a part. It was kind of treated like a part of the boss too, because sometimes you would get. This is what they're saying, right? Because I was saying
freak?
I'm
What is this thing? Is that a glitch? Should he be jumping like that?
No, that's just his attack. He levitates up in the sky and he stabs down.
That looks weird.
He's a weirdo, bro.
I feel like
why is this thing called a watchdog when it's clearly a cat?
like
That's a good question, Bob.
He's weird. Like, you're not supposed to understand him, okay?
Not supposed to understand anything. Okay, yeah. Real quick,
Yeah.
super chat from Ace Breaker. Yo, Shadow, you maidenless. I think that's a Elden Ring reference. I'm not playing this game. Like I've been trying to play this game. I can't.
It's the hardest game, Shadow.
You've tried?
Bob can explain it. Bob probably knows what it is by now.
I just know there's some lady like put her head on her crotch and she's like, you're maidenless. And it's like a play on you got no bitches right now. So
That's what it is. Man, I ain't entering this. I ain't entering
So wait,
this.
Shadow, you said you've messed around with it, or
Yeah, I messed around with for a little bit, and I'm like, I can't do it. The game is just not the play style of Souls games and Bloodborne, and this game apparently it's not for me.
Like I said, I personally feel if before Elden Ring came out and you asked me should you get Elden Ring, I would have told you no, right? And still to this day, I would probably tell you no because of what you said. But you remember what game I did recommend to you, and that was Stranger of Paradise. I do feel that the gameplay of Stranger of Paradise, although it is similar to the Souls games, and it is considered a Souls-like, something tells me that one in particular might be a little bit more up your alley. So I would say consider that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try that out, but like for these games, I don't know, it's just not entertaining to me. They don't look fun.
I think the slow, methodical aspect behind it is something you probably can't or won't.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, why would I want to play this when I could play something like Scarlet Nexus, or like hell, I don't even like it that much, but like Kingdom Hearts 3, I think has the most fun combat in any game.
Yeah,
almost.
And that's why I think Stranger of Paradise might be a little bit up your alley more, because although it is methodical, that slow part of it is like, unless you're playing the Buster Sword class, it's really not there, right? So, if you do play, give me your thoughts on that, because when I played the beta, it did have a little nice tutorial teaching you, the combos and the gameplay and all that stuff in a little tutorial area. So you should get a feel with how it plays and how it moves, and see how quickly you can get into the combat in comparison to these From Software in specific Souls-like games.
Super chat from Night Fury. Shadow should try Monster Hunter instead.
It's weird because I feel like from a gameplay standpoint, if you don't vibe with the Souls games, I feel like you shouldn't be able to vibe with Monster Hunter either. I feel like their gameplay, at least the speed of it, unless you're talking about like the Kinsek Blade, I feel like Monster Hunter's gameplay feels just as stiff and slow and methodical as the Souls games.
Have you played the recent games? Because they've gotten a lot faster than they used to be.
Maybe Rise with the whole the little bug that you get, but when I was playing Monster Hunter World, it
depends on your weapon too.
That's why,
like I said, other than the Kinsek,
that's slow. Like if you're using Great Sword, that's slow, but if you're using something like Charge Blade or Long Sword, they're pretty fast.
I'd rather play God Eater.
But here's the thing: not every weapon in Souls games are slow as well. Like in the Elden Ring, they have some claws and a few other weapons they're on the quick side as well. So I meant more so like the rolling and the dodging and all that stuff. Like other than the addition that Monster Hunter Rise did with the bug, it did feel like the rolling and the sprinting and all that stuff. It didn't feel that much too far off of what a Souls game has going for it.
I will say, from what I played, I will say, I do see why these games are kind of hard, because you're not just going to be like dodging all over the place and be able to. Yeah,
you're not fucking Dante.
You can't do that shit. Like, you really can't do that shit. Like, you got to stop, look at the pattern, and really just like memorize shit.
You're not Kratos. You are
Yeah.
not. You are not someone special.
Yeah, and every hit's you're gonna feel every hit. So I do see like I guess the difficulty that's involved, but I don't know, man. Maybe like you guys said, I gotta play a different style. I gotta play with daggers or twin swords or something like that. Super chat from Sebastian. Shadow doesn't like stressful games. Cough nocturne. I guess in a way, yeah. Like I don't want to play games that purposely like piss you off. Like I really don't. Like I'm really in it for more of a challenge thing than just like, oh, I gotta die every single time in order to beat this guy. I don't know, man. I like more of a fair challenge. I don't know. I feel like these Souls games really put you at a disadvantage because they're like the rolling and stuff like that. The attacking is really slow, but like it's like Riku said, you could probably equip a different weapon or something like that to alleviate that.
Yeah, and then there's also, even though it might be slow, it's obviously the most important thing above all, and this goes for Monster Hunter as well. It's timing, right? There's a reason people, even with the very slow play style that they may have to put up with a great sword in either game, it's all about timing. So they get used to the timing of that specific weapon, and even though it may be slow, it's fine for them, you know. So for you, obviously, it definitely might have to be something that's quicker because you probably don't care that much about doing a ridiculous amount of damage in one timed attack versus probably getting a bunch of quick hits in and then getting out of there to not take that damage. True. So it at the end of the day, at that point, it becomes about playstyle. So there is a possibility you did just run in there with a playstyle that was never kind of built for you.
Yeah,
to begin with.
I admit that. Yeah, from what I play, like I tried to do like I normally do in any action game and stuff like that. It just didn't work. And then like I went back and actually looked at it, looked at the enemy, looked at the pattern, and I was like, okay, this is how you gotta do it. So I was like, it's just. I get where it's going. I get what you need to do. It's just it's not for me. Like I don't really care. Like I'll try it one more time and see what happens. One of the things about Elden Ring that I'm seeing is that it's got an incredibly high Metacritic score. Like I think if any of us took a bet on this game for Metacritic, we all would have lost. I don't think anybody could have predicted that this game was going to get a 97. I think it's still at a 97 on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Like
at first it was at a 98.
Like oh my god,
surprising. How was a game like this getting 90s, right? And
I can somewhat explain it.
Explain it to me. Like explain to me that makes sense.
Okay, so firstly, I want to say that if there is an Elden Ring 2, there is a possibility that it won't get a 97. It probably would get lower. And the reason I say that, and Elden Ring 2, let's say, it could possibly be better in every way, shape, and form. I feel like when it comes to Metacritic in specific, when and obviously you have your exceptions, that's firstly. But it feels like when it comes to a franchise doing something that it hasn't done before and it changes it up heavily, that game for the most part will get a very high score on Metacritic, and then the game after that, the reviewers go in there kind of with a been there done that type of mindset, and then obviously you have your reviewers, a different reviewer than the first one. Is not necessarily the same person. I think when it comes to Elden Ring, right? Obviously, up to this point, everyone cared about all of the cool things that the Souls games do, and they respect that. But I think as in regards to the open world aspect of it, which is why it's probably getting so big of a jump in score, because before this, the highest rated Souls game, at least from Software, was the Demon Souls remake. And then Dark Souls 2, which is weird because how people feel about
that got what exactly? What kind of rating did that get?
The Demon Souls remake got a 92, and then
Jesus.
Dark Souls, huh?
No, the thing is that I kind of get the feeling, and I've always got this feeling for a while, is that there's such a there's such a reverence for the Souls-like games, for games of that genre, that it doesn't matter what From Software puts out there, it will always do well. That's the impression I get. Like when and here's the thing, like I'm not saying like I personally don't play a lot of Souls-like games, right? The only game in the genre that I could say that I play and I actually enjoy is Neo, and I don't know why I enjoy Neo. I just do, right?
Like I
But
said,
mhm.
I think that was the reason why I recommended Shadow to Stranger of Paradise, because I feel Stranger of Paradise is just a Neo reskin with Final Fantasy on it. So the fact that you like Neo, I think it might be the same reason why Shadow might like Stranger of Paradise. But here's the thing. I'll say this for the genre Souls like itself, right? Think about this. What is the main reason why most people, and especially critics, don't like Muso? What are the
Because
main things that you hear?
Button
it's repetitive.
mashy, repetitive, same
It,
Yeah.
characters,
the
same
main
output inputs.
the main two things I hear people critique in regards to that whole genre is it's boring and repetitive. And when they say boring, they're more so talking. It feels like they're more so talking about the fact that it's not really giving them a challenge. Thus, they get into the motions of just swinging a bunch of troops, and that gets boring and repetitive to them, right? Back when Dynasty Warriors 3 and 4 came out, where when you see Lubu, he actually fucks you up. The game was actually getting pretty good reviews. It wasn't until Dynasty Warriors 5 where they tried to bring in make it a little more easier, and then that's when the narrative of this franchise, this just genre is boring and repetitive. So let's move over to the Souls genre here. The reason I feel they can't really call it boring or repetitive is because of the fact that this game in particular relentlessly and continuously gives you a challenge at every turn, right? You can't get bored if you're getting fucked, especially if you're someone who likes a challenge.
But then you have to be someone who likes a challenge, though. I mean, like in essence, like I remember the first time I played, I remember when Dark Souls first came out, and I hopped on Dark Souls because it was the new hot thing. I wanted to check it out, and I got killed by the first boss. I walked into a room, and this thing just killed me, and I thought to myself like, do I actually want to continue playing this? And I was like, nah, I've got other JRPGs to play, and I never went back to it. Like that was it.
I think the thing with UQ, and I don't know that much about your gaming history, so correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't seem like you're someone who really cares if a game really gives you some heavy pushback in regards from like a challenging standpoint.
I think it depends on the game though, because there are some games where I want a challenge, depending on on some games. Like for example, when I played Neo, I enjoyed the challenge in Neo. I'm not saying like I'm looking to put my games on hard mode or anything like that.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with the difficulty being whatever the difficulty is. Once it's got a good enough amount of challenge. I don't want a game that's an easy mode. That's gonna bore me.
Yeah.
But I need just enough challenge to make it that I actually have to put effort into it. Fun enough that I can enjoy myself, and I don't have to just be like frustrated by the game. And I think like a lot of the classic Souls games, they are just frustrating sometimes. Like you get to a point where you're just like this is unfair,
I feel like when it comes to you and your discrepancies, it seems with Souls, I think for you it feels like you're not really just clicking with the game from a mechanical gameplay standpoint. Because if you do with Neo, which is in the exact same genre as that, and it's basically doing the exact same thing. And the only difference at that point is it's not made by From Software; it's made by the Ninja Gaiden people. And the Ninja Gaiden people, other than other than Yaiba and Ninja Gaiden 3, the Ninja Gaiden team, they know what they're doing when it comes to a game from a mechanical standpoint. Like the other Ninja Gaidens, they're challenging and they're nice and smooth, and you can see that in Neo, and you can see that in Stranger of Paradise. So I think for you it might just be a mechanical thing, because I think the Souls games,
it could be
they do have a little jank to them, and I think people treat that as a charming thing. I remember when I first played Monster Hunter for the first time, I felt it was sluggish and janky, and I instantly turned it off and didn't look back. This is back on the PSP, right? But when it came to Monster Hunter World, it still kind of had that, but it didn't bother me, probably because I already got used to that type of jank from the Souls games. So you might be going through the same thing.
It could be. Also, I like the visuals as well. Like, I don't really get into the whole medieval knights and armor
Yep.
and all that kind of stuff as much. I prefer something completely different. So when I see that whole aesthetic, I'm like, yeah, I'm out.
What
Like, the
about
look
did you
alone
play
scares
Sekiro?
me. Sekiro. No, didn't play Sekiro.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I wonder how you would feel about Sekiro.
and that's the whole
I
thing
don't
too.
know.
Like, I want to go back and play like something like that's like the Dark Souls Bloodborne thing. It's like Code Vein. I feel like I never actually gave that game a fair shot, but like even from when I played, it just felt so the combat just felt so dreary and slow. But that's another game I need to go back and check that game out more. So with Elden Ring, honestly, I think the reviewers were a little bit afraid to give this game a bad score in any aspect because in fear of get good. That's kind of what
That's exactly what is gonna happen.
Yeah, I think
That's
that's
a
what
possibility.
happened.
I think that's a possibility. I'm not sure if I want to get behind that narrative, but I think it's a
From my
possibility.
observation, I think a lot of reviewers, most of them that got to do the review for the game, were already huge fans, and the Souls community and fan were really passionate. And it's
saw
really it's gonna be really hard for them to not give it a good score. I think that's why it got so high. Like I predicted a 92, but 97 is kind of insane.
Yeah, I predicted a 95. So both of
I
us
think in
are
some
like-
aspect they have earned that goodwill, and even though it's absolutely not a perfect game, I think like the technical issues did not bother them enough for them to give it to deduct a score. So almost like I hate to compare, not
Go ahead,
gameplay style,
say it.
not gameplay style, but like
Yeah,
that
go ahead, say
Zelda
it.
boost, that Nintendo Zelda bump. So I think
Oh,
from software.
I was gonna mention it.
So they're
From
on
here, I think
par.
that
Okay.
Here's the thing, because I remember I was talking to my friend a day before the Elden Ring reviews dropped, right? And I was telling, he was looking at all of the Metacritic scores of all of the Souls games prior, and I was like, "What do you think it's gonna get?" And he was like, "I can see it getting like an 87." And I was like, "An 87, really? Why do you say that?" And he pulled up all of the Souls review numbers, and majority of them, to my surprise, were high 80s. Like I said, the only ones that were in the 90s was Dark Souls 2, Sekiro, and Bloodborne was up there, obviously, but I'll get into that why that one's up there, and the Demon Souls remake, which that one I feel that one was more so PS5. It looks gorgeous, nostalgia, all of that shit. And I feel the reason Bloodborne was it because it was a little more user friendly in regards to getting people in there. A lot of people say Bloodborne is their first, so it holds a special place for them in their heart and whatnot. But what I was telling him in regards to Elden Ring, why I felt it wasn't going to be one of the Souls games that gets a high 80s, is because of the fact that a lot of the mechanics within Elden Ring take a lot of the mechanics of the previous Souls games that made those ones special in there, right? So when we were playing Sekiro, it was the first Souls from software game to have a jump button. Elden Ring has that. It feels a lot of the quality of life features in Elden Ring are really user friendly, like we mentioned in regards to respawning and a lot of stuff. So it gives you that Bloodborne vibe as well. It's not as unforgivable as the previous Souls games. So I think those two things in particular, and obviously open world. I was telling him that at this point, the Souls games are definitely in the realm of critical darling levels of a Nintendo game.
Lord, I hate to hear it.
Yeah, so it's so.
First.
Real quick, super chat from Rakha the Alchemist. Stopping by. Hope you all are doing well. Well, thank you.
That's my boy Racha.
Racha. Oh, my
Racha.
sorry.
Yeah.
Racha.
What did I say?
Watch a god.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a critical.
One other thing I want to say about Elden Ring is that why do games that actually have story get penalized for having a story? Because I know JRPGs get like tore up inside and out for having cliche characters, cliche story, archetypes everywhere, and now they're boring and whatnot. But Elden Ring can come out, Souls can come out, Bloodborne can come out, no story, no characters, 10 out of 10, 97.
Well,
I think
the way
I think it's the
people
focus. So I think because the focus of those games is not the story, it's the gameplay, and so you don't rate it on lacking the story. In the same way, you wouldn't rate a sports game on not having a story because that's not the focus of it.
you say
Um,
that, but I've heard so many Souls fans say, "Oh, this is the way storytelling should be through
What?
item descriptions
Huh?
and
I don't agree with that.
I don't agree with that either.
I've seen it plenty of
again,
times, even with Elden Ring.
No. I'm not saying you are wrong because those are the same people, like I said, that we're talking about the whole the stage up to the boss is also the boss. Those Souls fans, those guys are they got some wild opinions. So I'm not saying
they're in the chat,
Yeah.
right?
yeah. Some of them might be in the chat. Hi, how are you? Yeah,
Like there was an example I heard of someone who said Dark Souls 1 to him was like peak storytelling because
What?
he read some random note about a dude,
Storytelling.
then he met the dude as a boss and was like, "Oh my god, I wonder what his story is. This is peak storytelling." And it's just something I guess I'll never understand because I don't like that. And the thing I've heard so many times, if I had a nickel for every time I heard this from a Souls fan, it's like, "Oh, so you want the story spoon fed to you?" Like it's this
What?
superior attitude that Souls fans have about the
Oh
way
my
they tell their
No,
stories.
I know which ones you're talking about. Yep. No, they definitely exist. And then the way the Souls games tells their stories is you can kind of consider it the Dark Souls of storytelling.
Oh my
to
god.
which and where if you wanna find out about the story, you better go and look for it.
Let any other game do that shit. Let any other
Oh,
game
yeah.
say go look for it.
Oh, here's the thing.
The game is trash.
Here's the thing. They've been doing Souls have been doing this since day one. So it's like they kind of give it the Souls the pass since they've always been handling it this way. And in regards to the lore, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like the story is trash or anything. And anyone out there is saying that Dark Souls has great storytelling and whatnot. I think the part about telling is where the disconnect happens. I think in regards to the lore behind the Souls games, if you know the lore, it is some impressive and intriguing lore. But that's the problem. You gotta go and look for the lore. If you can find that lore, trust and believe you're gonna find some good shit in there. And there's a lot of people that made YouTube videos in regards to you know the respective Souls game explaining some of the lore. And if you've heard it, it's some good shit. But I think that's the disconnect part, the telling and the storytelling. Or
Like I said, let any other game do that bullshit.
They sure as fuck ain't telling you shit.
They ain't telling you nothing. Let any other game do that. It's gonna be a problem. Like, well, so what was the reason that Code Vein couldn't get ahead? Because it actually had a story, but people criticized it. It had the same. Oh, I don't know if it had 100% the same, gameplay style of a Souls game, but pretty similar, I guess.
I've also on the subject of that, Shadow, I've noticed something that a lot of people who only play like Western games and they just pretend like JRPGs don't exist. Like when they get these Western games, like no matter how good they may be, like Witcher or Souls games, like, oh, gaming has such good storytelling now. And I'll be like, RPGs have been doing this for literal decades. You just don't play them.
I think
I see this all the
JRPGs are
time.
still getting disrespected. We still haven't gotten a respect. It's just kind of sad. They just because it's anime looking, it's can't be that good.
Yep. That stigma, unfortunately.
The only Souls game that had a story that wasn't that quote unquote was spoon fed to you was Sekiro. Sekiro was one of those that
Give you a proper
going
story.
for the game.
That's another reason why I like Sekiro. The other thing too, I think, is that the Souls games don't actually have to look good for people to like it. Like visually speaking, these games can look like they dated graphics, but there are other games that come out and in the reviews that you hear from people, oh, this looks like it was meant for the previous generation or whatever have you. You could run on the 64 or whatever.
The Falcom games, basically.
Exactly, and then they get about their visuals, but then this comes out and it doesn't look like any visual splendor. But everyone's
that is
I'm
definitely
looking at people posting pictures on from PS5s on, and when I say people, I mean Blake posting videos clips on his Twitter and stuff, and I'm like, why does this game look this ugly? And they're posting this like it looks great, and I'm like, it doesn't.
It's funny. It's funny because when first couple trailers of Stranger of Paradise came out, I had a friend. He was like, "This game looks like a PS3 game. This game is ugly and whatnot." And I was telling him that Team Ninja, it feels like the engine that they use for Stranger of Paradise, for Neo, and for Ninja Gaiden, and Dead or Alive. Graphically, their games all look kind of the same in fidelity to me. And I was telling him, he's like, "What? No!" I'm like, "Bro, look at all of them. All of them they have that same graphical fidelity. You could include Final Fantasy Dissidia. They made that as well." And I was telling him, he was like, "Oh, it doesn't look that good," but he is one of those people out here praising Elden Ring graphically for it. And Elden Ring, I agree with you, it doesn't look that much better than the previous Souls games. And to take it even further, the Demon Souls remake on PlayStation 5, it looks better than this. And
Oh my
obviously,
God.
I mean, it's a cross-gen game. This is a cross-gen game that is.
I think
from the
Bloodborne looks better than
PlayStation 5.
it, to be honest. Like I've seen
Jesus.
footage of Bloodborne, and Bloodborne looks better than this game, and it's like
Demon Souls looks better than this to me. Like the remake.
exactly.
Oh my
Demon Souls
God.
definitely.
Well, no,
looks better.
it definitely looks better. Like I said, that's from the ground up PS5, so we'll give that one a pass. But in regards to Bloodborne, you can definitely make a case. If someone sat down and said Bloodborne looked better than this graphically, I wouldn't debate against it.
Yeah.
It's more stylized, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely. I think it does come down to that. You can tell that from software at this point, they really don't give a fuck about graphics. They're probably like, this is
They'll
good
take anything
enough.
we give them.
I think they're just more so like, this is good enough right here. Let's focus on all the other things that we could be doing in regards to Elden Ring.
Okay.
But yeah, graphics is definitely not something that they are
They
looking to
have
push
a
forward.
good-looking engine with good-looking graphics, and then put the gameplay on top of it, and then people see the visuals and see the gameplay run at 60 frames per second, and they lick their screens and they're like, "I must have it," They could do that,
So
Instead of people
Demon Souls
seeing it on their
was
screens and
impressive
puking.
looking. The Demon Souls was impressive looking, but that's the thing. That was made from the ground up by Bluepoint, not from software. So there's that.
Okay. All right. Let's wrap up Elden Ring and let's move on
Talk
to
about good games.
In short, Elden Ring Game of the Year. Let's go. We'll see
my
what
goodness.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 can do.
Oh my goodness.
Closing thoughts from me, right? So, like I said, Shadow, we're not gonna push you if it's not for you. That's totally understandable. You gave it a shot, but that offer is always on the table. People like me and Riku and many others, a lot of us are very open to welcome newcomers. So even though some fans can come off as toxic, I think Souls community is usually very helpful and very welcoming in a lot of areas. So always there if you want to hop in a game, if you get on PS5, of course. But I'll get it on PC if that's what it takes. Shadow.
It sounds like Pi is volunteering himself to purchase you a copy of the game as
Oh,
well,
no,
as
no,
well as a
no.
console to play it on and everything.
I mean, he doesn't really have to. I have access to play the game on my PC.
Yeah,
So
I'm just saying I'm offering my co-op services, and that offers up to a lot of people like Blake if he ever wants to get it. He's not on this podcast right now, but you're probably listening, Blake. So yeah, offer is still on the table. So we're getting there, kill some bosses. We're gonna have a good time.
okay. All right. I'll see if I can get it. I'm gonna try again this week to play a little bit. Hopefully, I got the time.
You purchasing this?
What? Elden Ring?
Yeah, you actually gonna spend your money on this?
60
quid.
I mean, I got ways. I got ways to play.
I think
this
you
game.
did miss a super chat, Shadow.
Oh, I did. Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
What was it?
He said he got his
I'll-
ways, man. Those
I'll read it.
those
Go ahead.
PC gamers are
Dude.
different, man.
$2 from Dual Beard saying all this Elden Ring talk. I'm ready to kill chaos. He's ready for us, Strangers of Paradise.
Strategy of Paradise. Oh my goodness. My bad, duo.
I'm low key ready and not ready for it at the same time.
I feel like the game's gonna come out like a broken mess. I don't know why.
I'm only
How
playing
it
it as
does it.
multiplayer. That's literally it.
Let's talk about some game releases and some demos. Relayer got a demo that it dropped. We could talk about this real quick. I think only me and Bob played it. But yeah, this game's looking good. I don't know about anybody else, but SRW, what's that? I don't know what that is.
The game that inspired this, sir.
Real quick, super chat from Whacktastic. Soulsborne games are peak role playing. You're playing a tarnished, embered, etc. You're not supposed to know the story as the player. You guys all call yourself role playing gamers. Oh man,
Wow.
yeah,
I'm not.
y'all get the tax.
There's a lot to
You see
there's a
what
lot
I
to unpack
just
there.
waiting.
Especially with the first word in there. We already had a conversation about people who call it Soulsborne.
Say
Well,
what you
thank
gotta
you
say.
for
You know
the
what?
donation, Whacktastic.
This is
Whack
this is
that
the point in time when I will defend Riku to say all the things he wants to say about this word. Go on, Riku. Say what you gotta say.
Oh my goodness.
So before we went live, I said the people who call it Soulsborne are weirdos.
You're a weirdo, Whacktastic. I'm just saying.
Please.
I'm just saying.
Thank you
Said
for the
all sorts of
donation, but
derogatory
you're.
words.
I hope that donation post was it's just a sarcastic joke, and I won't have to go in on you. But yeah, we explained. Well, I explained that calling it Soulsborne is a little bit kind of redundant in regards to there's only one Bloodborne, right? It doesn't deserve to be associated with having a half of the genre's name within its title. Let's not do that, okay?
Why do you
Call it-
sound so diplomatic all of a sudden? You should be all attacking and stuff. The whole
He's trying to
point.
be nice. He trying to be nice,
Well,
man.
I guess I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt and taking this post as a joke. On top of the fact that it's still a donation of $10, so
Okay.
I'm gonna let you ride out this time, Wax.
All right, back to Relayer.
Yeah, back to Relayer here. Bao, you want to talk about it?
Sorry, something in real life. What'd you say?
You want to talk about Relayer or?
Sure. So, for those that don't know, Relayer is a new tactical RPG in the vein of Super Robot Wars. That new IP, original characters. Should I go over the plot?
No, save it for when people
Yeah.
jump into it. Are they
Sure.
waifus? That's the most important question.
Oh my
Almost
god!
every character is a waifu Q. Like your whole team is girls.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The game is perfect. 10 out of 10. It's gonna be game of the year this year.
Jesus Christ!
I won't go over the story, but to tell you why this game it may be a sleeper hit. It's good. Like people call SRW Fire Emblem, but this is more close to Fire Emblem than that in terms of mechanics. Like honestly, you're going around the grid, attacking enemies from a square away, or if you have a gun, attacking them from far away. And then when you get into these battles, these cool animations play. Although there's a bit of a caveat with them, they're very repetitive and not many of them. But it's not the end of the world since they are really snappy.
Hold on.
But-
One second. You're saying they're repetitive. Isn't SRW stuff repetitive?
Shadow, hold up. Shadow, every weapon in this game has 2 animations. Every sword has 2 animations. Every gun has 2 animations.
This boy Shadow is ready to hop down on that SRW
No,
slander.
no,
He's quick with it too.
I'm really
Also,
trying to
there's a-
figure this out.
hold
Like,
up.
is it
Also-
not? No, is it
He's
not?
really
I'm asking a question. Is it
I
not?
will explain this. No, it's not, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
2 different design philosophies behind these. These are generic attacks in Relayer.
I'm just saying, like,
SRW is
when
fan service attacks from the shows.
when I
He has the
saw,
point there.
I think I saw Blake streaming SRW, and he was doing the same animations over and over. He was just skipping them, like they were doing the same thing. So I kind of feel like the same energy needs to be kept here. But you know,
Some SRW units can have up to like 15 attacks, Shadow.
15 attack, like
All with different animations.
every
He's skipping them because he's trying to get through the stage.
okay, but like so it's not repetitive. It's still repetitive, is it not?
No, because they have different quotes for different enemies they fight. They have dynamic kills, where if you kill an enemy, the animation is actually different. There's variations to attacks in SRW.
I'm pretty sure. Like I also remember playing the friends on Squish. That it was the same attack over and over again. I was like, all right.
Did you use the
Yes,
same
yes,
attack over and
yes.
over?
Here's the thing, Shadow. You're not gonna win this one, right? This is an unwinnable battle. Bao has like a spreadsheet in front of him. He's ready to fight you and everything.
I
You
played
have to get
30 of these games.
and none of them are repetitive. You're telling me they all have unique attacks.
Yes,
Just find
they
out
come
how-
from
just-
anime, Shadow.
Just find that really hard to believe. Like you playing the game for 60 hours and you're gonna say none of it's repetitive. Okay, all right. No, that's just a little bit hard to believe. But all right.
Here's the thing, Shadow. To a degree, almost every, I would say 90 some odd % of video games.
No,
have a
that's,
level of
that's
rep-
fine. I'm just saying that I want to see the same energy kept.
I
if it's
just told
repetitive
you
in the
there's
game.
different aspects to attacks in SRW.
Okay.
All right, let me play it this way. Let me give you an example you'll know. Let's see. You've seen Code Geass. Let's go with that. Lelouch's mech fires a big beam.
Okay, wait. I think I know where you're going with this. How many unique attacks does Lelouch have in whatever SRW game he's in? Like just one
30,
SRW.
he has like 5.
So he has 5 unique attacks. They all look different.
Yes.
Okay, all right. That's why.
And then in that attack, his dialogue will change depending on who he's hitting. If you kill an enemy, the actual animation of the attack will also change to reflect that. Like it would be extra.
Of course, it's like he doesn't get all those at the beginning. He's got to like level them up, and then he'll get the other. Okay.
It's not SOW attacks aren't by levels, by story progression.
Okay,
like an actual RPG.
So how do we know this game doesn't have that stuff?
Because I'm like 8 hours in.
This is a demo though.
The demo's the first 7 chapters of the game, Shadow.
I mean, chapters are the total.
Don't know, but it's a very long demo.
It's the whole game. So here's the thing, right?
So what I'm saying, what I'm saying to Shadow is, you
wait.
see these icons on screen, sword. That is, any unit that has a sword has the same attack animation, whether it's a boss or a grunt. It does not matter in this game.
I feel like you're calling that a little bit too early, but you might be right. I ain't willing to down this game too.
That's the thing, right? So Shadow was supposed to do a super chat, and he's been leaving them out. Sebastian said, "Riku, you're if I can fan, don't call fans weirdos." Eastbreaker says Shadow always gotta take the stab at SRW. Night Fury sounds better than Scarlet Nexus at least. Yeah.
Thank you guys for the super chats. I'm not always trying to take a stab at SRW. I'm just trying to make sure that the same energy is being kept. That's all.
There's no same energy, Shadow.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to get. I'm inquiring to you, and I'm just trying to get the answer.
Let me put it this way.
You gave me the answer, which it doesn't.
Every Gundam in SRW has a sword attack. Every single one looks different because it's animated by different artists, and they're just different mechs. They don't look the same. Okay. Every attack in Relayer is the same animation, no matter the mech.
Okay, all right. Again, I think that's for Relayer. I think it's a little bit too early to call that because we don't have the full game at it. You only play 8 hours or eight chapters or whatever you said.
I've only played 8 hours.
So wait a minute, 8 hours is like how long is this game? We don't know how long the game is. We don't know how many mechs are in the game.
It doesn't matter how many mechs there are. There's the same weapons in the game, Shadow.
So you okay? All right. You know what? You got it.
I'm explaining it to you as clearly as possible.
Okay.
You see the weapons on screen right here? That's it. That's what you get in the game.
Okay. All right.
You get swords. You get machine guns. You get bits, and that's it.
Okay. All right. That's cool. I'm not willing down this game too. Super chat from Ace Dracon. TBF Ace. I'm with Shadow here. SRW looking mid here. Oh man. Man, the more SRW slander. I would say you gotta love it, but I ain't gonna go
also,
there.
2 different design philosophies behind this in SRW, which is why I said this is closer to Fire Emblem.
Right.
Interesting.
All right, but I do like the game. I do like all the attack animations. Like Bao said, it might get repetitive, so we'll see what happens there. I mean, I really don't have a problem with that because like games like Tales of Arise have the same freaking, what's it called? Critical strikes or whatever it's called. And Tales of Arise, same thing going on over and over. So I'm not gonna really be too bothered by it. I didn't mind seeing those. The only thing about this game, actually, to Q's point, the character designs in this game is pretty nice. I do like each one. The only thing I'm not liking about this game, which is also surprising at the same time, is that this game actually has an English dub, which is insane. I did not think this game was going to have an English dub. Though it's just going to be Japanese, out the gate, whatever.
I'm surprised why you're surprised, honestly.
I don't know why. Like, it's the same thing with Monark. I didn't think Monark was going to have an English dub, but it did. It's weird. I don't know. But yeah, the English dub for this game is... Listen, guys, I really vouch for English dubs. Like, I love English dubs. Like, like if you give me a choice between English and Japanese, I'm always gonna choose English, and I'm always gonna tell you English dubs aren't that bad these days. Like, I can't remember the last time there was a bad English dub, but this one is fucking garbage.
Let me actually explain that a little bit better than Shadow, because the voice actors are fine.
No, they're not.
These are the voice actors you hear in this game are the same ones you've been hearing the past like 10 years in RPGs and like anime. The voice direction is the issue, Because the voice of Himiko, that's the voice of Ann from Persona 5, which is fine. But in this game, she just sounds weird. It's not the voice actors; it's the direction.
Still, like, it's still okay. Whatever. Still voice acting within the same territory, but okay. Super chat from Nemo Propaganda. What am I saying? I don't know. Everybody lacks. Nemo Propaganda has entered the chat later than I hoped, but it's great to hop on. Let's go. Thank you, Nemo. Appreciate that, bro. White Tastic with the $5 super chat. Shadow thinks Xenoblade 2. Blade have same weapons, but have different blade arts. No wonder this is Q's podcast. Oh my god. Xenoblade 2 had different weapons but have different blade arts. They all weren't the same. Like,
He's saying like there is defensive stuff like hammers and crap, but they have different arts.
What? They all had different, like when you go to their last combo, they're all different. They're not the same.
He's talking about their weapons. There's the same weapons across the game. There's not many variety.
I'm talking about the
Xenoblade 2.
animations. I'm more talking about the animations are not being being the same.
Yeah, he's saying they're not in Xenoblade 2, like SRW, to help you understand what he means.
So there's different animations for each blade in Xenoblade 2.
Yes, which is what he's saying makes sense with like SRW. Not the same as this.
All right. Super chat from Mio Propaganda. Also, where the fuck can I find more Riku content? I don't know. You gotta ask that man. I don't know what's going on.
On PSN chats, that's where.
In the PSN chat. No.
Yep.
No. I am like a pseudo guest on another podcast called The Throwdown Show. I think I have an episode tonight. I was thinking about hopping on there, talking about more Elden Rings or whatever. But
Yeah, he's gonna go on there and talk about how it's gorgeous.
no, Jesus Christ. For the most part, I am a HPMP exclusive.
Let's go.
right. If you want Riku-san 1 content, you're gonna have to come, here. Stay tuned to the HPMP for those type of things.
HPMP after dark. That's where Riku goes. That's where he moonlights.
But yeah, for the relay, this one looks good. I think I'll definitely be picking up day one. I'm definitely not going to play with the English dub. That thing is just like, what's her name? The sister, Bao? I can't stand her.
Luna.
Yeah, Luna. Oh my god, she just sounds so terrible.
She overacts. That's her issue.
Who is that? Is that a familiar voice actor as well?
It is, but I don't know their name off the top of my head. Like, I know that voice for sure.
So literally, they be hiring these like veteran voice actors. It was like, you know what, you ain't gotta try. It's okay. Just do whatever. Nobody's gonna play this game.
You gotta keep in mind they have a voice director who dictates all this stuff. A bad one can really mess up a project.
How bad do you have to be at voice directing to get
I
this?
think it's probably I think it's probably a language thing. I think like if you're dealing with someone who their primary language isn't English and they're directing actors to portray characters a specific way, I think they can mess it up because they're looking to try to get them to do something that does not translate well in English, really. So that could be the reason.
All right, that's fair enough. I figured this one would have all English people working on it for the localization, but that could be an issue.
We'll expand a bit more on Relayer. If you're into more typical mecha tropes, like something tragic happening, someone had to get into a mech and then they go on a journey in a space cruiser with a space opera taking place, then this is your game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely gonna pick it up. No questions asked. Let's go on to real quick. I think it's only me, Bao, and Devil can talk about Monarch.
Unfortunately.
Oh no, you play Monarch, man.
You just forget me like that. Like
I'm not forgetting. Did you make a video on it? I don't know. I saw Devil's video. I saw Bao's video.
I streamed Monarch.
I don't know.
Just chuck me out with the bathwater. It's okay. My feelings are hurt, right? They are. All right, just put it that way.
So real quick about Monarch, I'll just say this. I don't think it's as terrible as everybody's making it out to be. It's not that good. It's just it's barely good enough. I would
It's
say.
Is it?
Listen, if somebody wants to
Is
call it
it
mid,
really?
I am not gonna argue with them. Like, go ahead, call it mid. They can even call it trash. I'm not. Well, maybe if they call it trash, I might have something to say. But calling it mid, that's not gonna get me. That's not gonna trigger me.
It's one step away from trash.
Damn.
Okay, here's the thing. The thing.
Yeah,
the thing
can't
with
disagree,
Monarch,
Val.
right? The thing with me and Monarch is I like the gameplay. I like some of the character designs. The music sucks, excluding the boss battles. Like when you're just
Oh.
the average gameplay, there's no music. Like it's dead. Like there's no sound. It's like sometimes you're just in areas and nothing is playing. It's like what the fuck is going on here?
Only Souls games can get away with that, huh?
Wait. When you say that, like, if you're running around the school and there's no music, that's part of the vibe. That's part of the atmosphere. It's supposed to be
Yeah, but
like.
Whoa.
That does not make me feel like I want to play this game in any way, shape, or form. It makes me feel like I want to just chuck it in the bin at that point.
But that doesn't make it trash. I'd be like, that's just the way it was supposed to go.
More like a
Consider
sound
the
direction.
game. It sounds like they just like they forgot something. That's the thing. Like I've played games that have atmosphere that works. That like you hear things going on. Like you can hear like water drop in the background or some kind of thing. A case in example is something like what do you call it? Corpse Party. Corpse Party has really good atmosphere. This game does not isn't what it claims to be.
Exactly.
It's good in some ways. Like there's some things I like about the game. As I said, the gameplay. I actually like the gameplay. I like the strategy of it. I think I tried to break the AI and it didn't do what I wanted, but it was fun. It was fun to battle against him. I don't like the whole skeleton thing. That you get. What do you call it again?
I think you're fiends. or something. Yeah.
The fiend. I wanted to get waifus, more waifus, but they gave me this bloody skeleton.
This guy.
What the fuck am I gonna do with this? You
Oh my god.
I tried my best to make it into a really nice looking waifu, but you could do your best with that.
Hold on, Q. You got some super chats directed at you, actually. Ace Blaker with the super chat. Q sure did played Monarch. Oh man, he putting that on quotes there. And Sebastian, but will Q finish Monarch? That's the question. You gotta address both of those,
answer to
man.
that question, Sebastian, is after I played Monarch once, I was like, yeah, we ain't streaming this no more. Like this is a one-time stream for this game.
That game is way too long.
It's
And-
way too fucking long. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I hated the way this game set up the ending. I do not condone this. This is the only surefire thing that I hate about the game. I do not condone this type of thing. It's terrible. It's like they take you back 2 or 3 hours into the game to go make a different choice. And you gotta run that choice out with very little difference in dialogue, in which after a certain point, after doing it like 3 or 4 times, you already got most of the story. So it's at the point you're just looking at the same cutscenes over and over again. It's way too long. Like the average playtime to beat this game is around 80 hours. I'm like, hell no. I'm like, you should have structured this game way fucking better. Like that's the only big thing I got against this game. But
Yeah, what's crazy is in those 60 to 80 hours, I was at like 62 hours. Like most long JRPGs, you have like side quests, side content, like do other stuff. I'm not even trying to compare this to Persona with, stuff like that, but like it's purely dungeon crawling, with stories in between and grinding. It's a lot of grinding. So that was my biggest problem with it. Yeah.
I mean, you could kind of say there's some side content where, like, I guess, finding items, what do you call those?
Who is doing side content in this game? Why would you want to play this game more than you need to?
damn,
This was a chore.
Bah, tell them what you really feel, Bah.
Here's the thing with me, right? This is like I had a mate come over this week, right? And he came over to my house, and he came in, and I think he put it was a mug or something in a position that it's not supposed to be in. And I moved it, and I was like, you can't put that there. It's not supposed to be in that spot, right? And he shifted something, and it was slightly off to the edge. It wasn't symmetrical with everything else that was next to it. And I was like, you can't have it like that. It has to be symmetrical. I can't play JRPGs and not do side quests. That's the point. It's like, my brain will not allow it. I will start playing it, and I will randomly find myself, even if I think, you know what, I'm not going to do the side quest, I will do the side quest. So, yes, it's either I do the side quest, or I just don't play the game.
No, I experienced something with this game that I didn't experience in anything
Oh man.
in recent memory or a long time. Is that every time I tried to play this game, I was legit falling asleep. And I'm not saying that hyperbolic. I was quite literally falling asleep playing this game.
That has happened to me too. That game it is bloody boring in that sense.
I don't know. I had a good time. Like, not say I had a complete good time with this game, but I just didn't fall asleep. Like, anytime I was like solving the puzzles, I found them to be very like almost enthralling to a way.
You will praise this crap, but you will slander SRW.
I've seen Shadow like play the game in silence and be like, "That's my jam, yeah." Turn it up to 0.
Turn it up to 0. This is
But now, like I really felt it captured the atmosphere because there was one puzzle I had to solve. I was stuck in the classroom. I was like, "How do I get out of here?" I don't know what the death call was calling. I knew if I answered it, I was gonna freaking go insane or something like that, or get pulled into a really impossible battle. I thought it was all good up until that point, but you know, actually up until when you got to Act 2, that's when things started going downhill story wise. But I don't think it's trash. I wouldn't believe it as trash.
I will agree with you that it's not trash. I don't think it's a trash game. I do think that it has something to offer, or some things to offer in some ways. I just wouldn't like if you have choices of playing other JRPGs. You just don't play this.
Yeah, it's definitely not a priority. Like you don't have to go out your way to go play. It's like you have Elden Ring, you have Atelier, Sophie. You got other games. Go play those games. You ain't gotta play this one. Wait for a sale or something like that. It's not as bad as you've heard. But it's definitely, like I said, it's not a priority. It's definitely not a priority.
Between this and Elden Ring, I think I'd play this though. Even though I'd suffer.
Even I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that, Chief. Like, I wouldn't go that far.
I think I'd suffer in silence, you know?
Like, which suffering do I prefer? Like, what type of boring do I want?
Oh my gosh.
Elden Ring is going to frustrate me.
Well, at least I can, with Elden Ring, I can at least understand why someone else finds it appealing. Monarch, I don't see how Shadow likes this game.
I played Monarch with my own music playing. That's how I got through it.
Oh man,
my own music. You know?
At that point,
I don't blame the people coming at this game for being a grind. I get that because it definitely has moments where it's really grindy, and then when you get to Act 2, it gets even worse because this game didn't know how to add new party members at predetermined levels, and that really pissed me off. I'm like, well, why did you guys do this? You literally padded out game time for no reason. Like, come on, you could have this character could have started at level 40 for me, but no, you're gonna make me do all this grinding, and that's when it does turn to a grind. I did mention in my reviews is that this game doesn't have dungeons, so I'm thinking the levels that you would have gained in dungeons, you're gaining via battling in the other world over and over again. But again, when new party members come to your damn party and they're at level 1, that's when it really, really becomes a grind. So there's some things I can't save with this game, and like I said before, I ain't willing to die on the hill. If somebody wants to call it mid, it's mid. It's whatever. It's mid.
I want to see the sales figures for this game because they released right before Horizon and Elden Ring.
It's outsold Horizon and Elden Ring.
Whoa, calm down.
Here's the thing, right? I think this super chat has made my night. You know, H Dracon with the, it's coming. Q 80 hours of Monarch and no Riser.
Man. Talk about it.
And one of them has the waifu, and this one doesn't.
You see, the thing is that there's no way I'm gonna do 80 hours. If I do 80 hours in Monarch and not Riser, when Monarch, I've only waifued one character in Monarch so far. Actually, no. Yeah, one. There's only one character. Actually, no. Not one. Definitely one. Only one character's been waifued.
There's a problem.
There's only like 3 girls.
When Q can't decide on a waifu, you know the game has a problem. Oh my god.
He usually has one at this point.
Yeah, he really does. So like, you know how he feels about this game is sound. Like, you know, he don't like the game. He don't like the game. But yeah, I think Monarch is okay. Shame this game probably didn't sell much.
Yeah.
It needed a little bit. I don't even know if it needed more time in the oven because this is the way they wanted to structure the game. It's weird.
It's gonna be a guy who's gonna make a YouTube channel after watching this podcast or listening to it, and it's gonna be all about they don't know nothing about Monarch. They don't know Monarch like I know Monarch. You know, Monarch is better than everything.
Listen, I know more than most people because I'm pretty sure I'm like one of the only ones that actually beat this game.
Because you hate yourself.
What's Gab going on about? I think because Gab started playing this before everyone else, as far as I remember.
I don't think she.
What's going on.
I'm not sure if she even beat it. I'm not sure.
No, that's the thing. She was talking about how she got to some difficult boss or something. She was like, I don't think anyone. No, it was a puzzle. I don't think anyone's gonna figure this puzzle out.
Yeah, the
Like,
puzzle. Yeah,
you know?
yeah, the puzzles are really like they get out there, man. They get really vague, and it's like after a certain point, I just said, "Fuck it, I gotta look at a guide." I
Shadow,
can't.
Wow,
apparently there's
she's
a
the
true
guide.
ending. Do you know how to get that one? It's like crazy. Apparently, like you have, like after the credits, you can still get another ending. Apparently,
Yeah,
I
like
didn't-
you
I
have
didn't care to find out.
Yeah, honestly, me either. I was gonna try it, but like the one map I was grinding on, the enemies went up to like 90 something, and I was like, nope. I'm done. I ain't doing this anymore. I was like, no, we're not doing this, sir. Goodbye. I think you have to like battle constantly in the other world, and then like at some random point, you'll get to fight like the other monarchs again or something like that. It's like, no, I'm not doing that.
You feel satisfied after using a guide though? Like when you've used the guide to solve something, do you not feel like you've cheated?
No,
You've done something wrong?
for a puzzle, not really. When it comes to a boss battle, then I feel like I did something wrong.
No, the
feel
puzzles in this
dirty
game
if I
definitely
do
got
it for a
too cryptic.
puzzle. I feel dirty. I feel like I've done something wrong. Like I've, I need to shower after I've done something like that. It's bad.
Nah. Like when it comes to a boss battle, that's when I would be like, I did something wrong. But when it comes to like getting from point A to point B or figuring out a puzzle, nah, I'm good. I won't feel guilty for that.
I think my missus started looking up some puzzle stuff when she was playing Persona, and I was like, "What are you doing? Like, figure this shit out." Because she was like, "Can you help me with this?" And I was like, "No,
Scooby do this shit.
figure this shit out." Or my son, he started playing Persona 4, and he's like, "Dad, I don't know what to do here. Can you explain this to me?" I'm like, "No, you figure this out, and then you come and tell me how you figured it out." And then when you figured it out, he was like, "Oh my god,
Nah,
I
I'll
did this,
help him.
I did that," and I was like, "I'm so proud of you. Amazing."
Nah, I'll help him. When it comes to that, I'll help him because like that's gonna hinder him playing the game. When it comes to a boss battle, he better fucking think and get some skill and be able to beat him.
As far as I'm concerned, right? If he starts playing the game and he can't figure it out, he can take a break. You know, he could go do something else and then come back to it, right? He can take a break for 2 weeks if he wants to, and then when he figures it out, he's gonna be brilliant, and I'm gonna love it. But if he comes here and he tells me he's gone online, Google a guide and stuff to figure this stuff out, I'm ashamed.
He was like, I don't love this kid anymore. Like I'm
Brought
done.
shame to the household,
Right?
Committed a crime, a grave crime. Like, ugh, no. Google this.
Oh man. I will say I did like at the end towards the end of the game. I don't think it's really a spoiler. They gave you everybody to play, like all the main characters came back and you could actually use them in combat. So I was like, okay, that was pretty cool. But anyway, that is Monarch. Let's move on.
The best game announcement ever.
Oh my god! I thought you were against Pokemon. What happened? What happened here? I thought
You know what? Here's the thing, right? Legends Arceus Rebirth. Basically, it was like I died and was reborn in the love.
Oh
of
my
Pokemon.
god!
True Legends Arceus, right? And then after playing Legends Arceus and being like, this game is beautiful, right? Then they made what I wanted all along.
The fact you said
Legends
this. And Arceus is actually the fact you say this like you found Jesus when Arceus is Poke Jesus.
Exactly, right?
That's a good point.
And now they've made Pokemon Legends Arceus, new Violet and what's the other one called? Edition? Violet and I don't remember the other one, but it's Violet and something. That new thing, it's brilliant. I am love. What is is there spam in the chat?
Yeah, it's like some type of bot.
It's
in the chat.
handled.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So honestly, like I woke up this morning, and here's the thing, right? The one person I have to thank for this, everyone else on the podcast gets no thanks for this except one person. That is Bao. I woke from my midday nap, and then Bao had posted on Twitter and reminded me about this stupid trailer, and then I went on and watched it. I got the whole family together. I was like, "Come on, people. We have something important to do. It's like 15 minutes to watch."
This man gathered the family for Pokemon. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He was like, son, daughter, let's go. Get into the family room. Let's go. We got to watch this.
Yeah, this is
Jesus.
important. My missus
For
was watching
Pokemon.
telly. I was like, stop this shit. We're watching this thing together. We all put it on the telly. Everyone sat there nice and comfortable and all that kind of stuff. And we watched the whole presentation. And we talked trash about the mobile games because mobile games suck. And then when we finally got to the point where they announced this new Pokemon game, we were like, we're getting this. All together, we're like, yes, we have to get this. It's brilliant, you know. So we all did say the starters looked like shit at first, but then I started to like one of them. So
Oh, let's go around the room real quick. Devil, what do you think about these new Pokemon games announced?
Real quick for me, I'm not a big Pokemon person. Like I grew up with them, loving gold, silver, yellow, red, whatever. But I never really kept up with the series, and I never gone back to it. I feel like it's been too much time. There's like 1,000 Pokemon now. I don't know, if I want to jump back into, or if I have any interest. But I do have a question for Bao, or you guys know more about Pokemon. Do you believe that they'll stick the release date for this year? Because there's quite a lot of Pokemon games in like a span of 1 year. We got
they
the
will. They
Yeah,
will keep
they
the
will.
release date because I think you have to consider the fact that and I know this from some other developers I know of. A lot of developers have been grinding hard during the whole like lockdowns that has been going on throughout the world.
Mm.
And a lot of games they didn't really get to put out during those times that they are not now, because remember there were games that were supposed to release in 2019 or 2020 that were pushed back. But it didn't mean that development of other games that they were going to work on were pushed back. Some of those games were pushed back not because they weren't finished, but because they literally just didn't want to put them out during that particular point in time because of what was going on in the world. And so I believe these games will be already been worked on way in the past, and they just could finish. They're just like polishing this thing up. And you're starting to see that more and more now in 2020, where games are being announced and they're coming out this year, and it's sorry, not 2020, sorry, 2022. They're being announced and they're going to be released this year, and it's because of the fact that I believe these games have already been worked on way in advance, and they're just ready, or as ready as they could be.
Another
So
thing with Pokemon is that you actually can't delay Pokemon games because these games coincide with like everything going on in the Pokemon universe, the new seasons of the
toys.
show,
Oh, yeah, you're right,
the
yeah.
cards. Like they cannot delay these games, unfortunately.
also, Pokemon fans will they will riot. They will destroy the planet if they can't get their new Pokemon on time as scheduled. So keep in mind, Pokemon fans are very violent people sometimes.
Will they still complain and buy it anyway, and it'll sell like 30
Oh,
million
yes.
They
copies?
will.
Oh, absolutely. This game already got 30 million sales already. If they put up pre-orders, it would have been a wrap. Internet
Oh no,
would
they
have
bought
broke.
it before the pre-orders arrived. They've literally just gone to GameStop and say, "Hold this money. When Pokemon is ready, just take it."
So this is a lot, but I guess you guys already addressed it. Like we got Arceus, we got freaking Diamond and Pearl remakes, and now we're getting this one. It's but we all know those games gonna come out like a broken mess probably, and not the frame rate's gonna be terrible and stuff like that. But like Devil said, still gonna buy it, still gonna sell. It don't matter. What are we most looking forward to in this one?
Venturing and actual battles, because that was the one thing I think the battles was the thing I think Arceus was missing, was enough battles. And I think having like the whole regular structure of a Pokemon game where you battle people, you go to gyms, all that kind of stuff, and then all that adventure at the same time, mwah, icing on the cake. Love it.
I think normally I would just say new Pokemon because that's what I mainly play new Pokemon games for, meeting new Pokemon. But honestly, Arceus was a breath of fresh air in that I actually was enjoying every aspect. Because I feel like with Pokemon games, I sometimes just go through the motions. And like, I'm kind of enjoying them just to recapture that childhood feeling in a way of like that sense of discovery and wonder. But Arceus was actually like fun to play. So I want to see the main series also take that next step and just be an enjoyable game and not just rely on look at these new creatures and then be done with the game once I see them all, see the credits. Although I have a
one of
bunch
the
of
things-
hopes for this as well, things I don't want them to do. Like I don't think we need a new gimmick like Dynamaxing.
Oh,
I'd
yeah,
rather
that's
just
true.
focus
Good
on
point. Good
just
point.
focus on making the game good. There's a good chance random encounters are gone, which will be a shock if so, because this main series has never done that before. But I don't know. I just want them to do something to push the series forward, and it's nice that they're trying. Because who would have thought 2 years ago Pokemon mainline would be going open?
Mhm.
I mean, shouldn't have
I
been
think
open
that
world like with Sword and Shield, but like
it should have been, but
'cause they
I
had the
think
wild
I think
area. I
the,
don't know.
I think
Well,
with the
we've seen
open world
Arceus
thing-
like areas in the trailer.
It does have Arceus areas, but I think the open world thing is we have to say open world ish, because remember Arceus wasn't fully open world because you had to like you had different biomes that you would go to, but you had a hub area. I'm hoping this one doesn't have the biomes and it's just one big open area, like Breath of the Wild kind of thing. You know,
I saw some people flirting with the idea of that gym leaders are in them, you can tackle them in any order, and they will just like scale to you.
Oh, really?
That'd be great. That'd be nice. But where are they getting this information from?
No, I'm saying people just want that.
Oh, okay, yeah. That okay,
If it is going to be like seamless open world.
that would be pretty interesting. Yeah, have them all scale to you like that, and you could tackle them any way that you want. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That might be a little bit too hard for Pokemon fans. They gotta dumb it down. Nah, that's too complicated.
Yeah, you do gotta remember they still try to sell these to kids.
Yeah, kids
Which-
and just ultra casuals. Yeah.
Segueing just a little bit, yesterday's Digimon convention, they were talking about how they tried to make the Cyber Sleuth games age with the audience that grew up with Digimon, and I would appreciate if Pokemon did something like that.
It would be cool. It's kind of like, have you guys seen the Pokemon anime that they have on YouTube? The one where they did for Sword and Shield, with it's like short animations.
Yeah.
Those were really good. Like that's what I wanted for like the main series. Like they're really good visuals and good storytelling, I guess, if you want to call it that. And it's got mature looking characters. Like the characters look mature. So fingers crossed, because didn't they announce a new anime series on YouTube for this as well?
I think so. I'm not sure. Anybody got any information on that?
I think they
Sorry,
I
what did
think
you say, Q?
Didn't they announce a new animation series for this new Pokemon game?
Not this one. Legends Arceus is just getting an animated sub-series.
Oh, it
this
is.
year.
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
I know that one.
So no Ash Ketchum, just new characters. I think that would be ideal for this. But it looks like, honestly, I'm loving the look of this game. Visually, it looks good. I just want like a big old biome, a big map that's just huge, and you just adventure and just wander around into the sunset, find new Pokemon, that kind of stuff. I think it's just gonna be brilliant, just exploring and doing that, especially because of how much fun I've had with Arceus. I can see myself having an insane amount of fun with this game if it follows the same formula or similar formula.
We got a super chat from Ace Drake on. Riku, how the hell you letting Ace be a mod? Oh man, Riku, what's going on here, Riku? Why you letting Ace be a mod?
Ace be a mod where?
Ace is a mod now.
He's a mod in the chat. How did that happen, Riku? What's going on? What are you doing, man? Why you letting that?
I'm sorry, that shit has nothing to do with me. And like I said,
man.
Ace right now is he's in my good graces. So I don't see an issue right now.
Ace gets mod power, bans Riku. Everything comes full
man.
circle.
Lord.
Oh, there you go, Ace. Use your mod powers.
Yeah, Ace, let's go. Let's get on that, Ace. You got this. There you go. Hold on. Let me throw a little assist here. There we go. Get them all out of there. Good job, Ace. So yeah.
Play a browser history.
Jesus. But that's been going around anywhere I go. That's always been like a thing with live streams. I don't know why that's happening. Like YouTube needs to get on that shit. So yeah, like I said, the performance on this game is gonna be crap. But at this point, I don't blame Game Freak. Game Freak is gonna Game Freak, and it don't matter. It's gonna sell. I'm blaming it on Nintendo because we need a goddamn Switch Pro at this point. Okay, so if this game comes out and its performance is not up to par, it's Nintendo's fault. They need to get out the Switch Pro. All right. Game Freak, they would like Bao said, they need to release this stuff at a timely manner and a timely fashion. I was thinking that Pokemon didn't need to because it's freaking Pokemon. They're gonna make no money no matter what. If they release this game this year or 4 years down the road, they will make a shit ton of money. But hey, yeah, you gotta line up some merchandise sales and anime sales and whatever. But like, I'm getting tired of this. Every new Switch game that comes out is looking slow. It's looking choppy. It's looking like whatever. And it's like, I need a more powerful Switch in order to be satisfied with this stuff.
I will give them their props for this. Specifically, to Viper and Magnemite in the trailer, their textures are greatly improved than before, so they are trying.
Oh, okay, that's
the
good.
Visuals.
No.
You know, if they have Survivor, they got to get Survivor's rival in there. That boy,
Thank you. Let's go. We need Zangoose. Now what? We also need like the regional form of this of Zangoose in here. So I'm gonna need to see some Zangoose love in this one. All right. We got super chat from Dio Beard. Riku and Ace's character development is a 10 out of 10. Oh man.
I feel like Riku's character development is regressing instead of progressing. That's just.
Huh?
I don't know. When it comes to this Falcon stuff, you're getting a little more unhinged as time goes on.
That's kind of true.
I mean, as I should, but I mean, here's the thing. You seen the Discord thing? I just downloaded Super Robot Wars W, man. Posted a screenshot and everything. Got to give me some credit.
Where'd you post it?
Man says.
In the Discord.
All right.
Oh, I didn't even see. Nice.
So since Pokemon's the name of the town and we gotta discuss more about it, let's do a one gotta go on these starters. I don't even know these starters' names. I just know like how they look and everything. They don't
I
look
know
that.
all about the cat. Give me a second.
They look okay.
Chomper is the best one out of all the starters.
I got him. All right, so the cat is Sprigatito. Fireboy is Fuecoco, and the duck is Quaxley.
I thought you were gonna say Quagmire. I was like, what?
Quaxley, let's go.
I'm gonna have
the answer is
it's definitely. Wait, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the fire. The fire one. I feel like that's gonna evolve into something badass.
The fire
gotta go, or is your favorite Shadow?
No, Chomper's gotta stay.
Oh, that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I think the thing to go is that dog, man.
That's a cat.
Well, whatever. The leaf thing, you know, it looks the laziest. The others look like I could see the duck growing into being some kind of like general duck thing.
Some badass Darkwing Duck. Let's go.
Darkwing Duck.
And the crocodile's gonna be brilliant. He's gonna be so cool. You know, he's gonna be like a giant crocodile monster thing with flames and shit. He's gonna be awesome. But
if it helps. Sorry, I was gonna say if it helps you guys, you have a brief description of each of them. If it helps you decide as well.
I've already made my mind up, but you could go to the description if you want to.
Well, Sprigatito, the capricious, attention-seeking grass cat Pokemon. Fuecoco, the laid-back fire croc Pokemon that does things at its own pace.
Yep.
And Quaxley, the earnest and tidy duckling Pokemon.
Oh yeah, we definitely going fire on this one. That sounds like me to it too.
You don't like. I thought you were getting rid of the fire one.
Oh no, we definitely we keeping that one. What we're getting rid of is the what is it? Quagmire? Quag?
No, duck should stay. I like the duck.
I don't know about that. He looking.
But the middle one is my favorite. Fuecoco, whatever his name is. I do like my reptiles, my dinosaurs. Reminds me of Totodile, right?
Yeah, Totodile.
Yeah. Got the same vibes. This is a fire type, and I like my fire type. So he stays. The cat can go.
Yeah, the cat has to go. Throw that thing in the bush where he belongs.
Why you hating on cats? You guys got think about cats? Like I love cats.
I like cats, but we chucking that one in the long grass. He doesn't belong here. You know? Poorly designed. He looks lazily designed though. Like you can see the crocodile has some like someone talked about this crocodile looking thing. This cat just looks cheap. Like I could draw this.
I feel like it's definitely the more safe design choice. Like you got to get that one that everybody's gonna like. You got to get that cute one in there because you know just because of all the style, I wouldn't say it's cute.
Wait till he's animated that he's jumping around like total.
I'm getting rid of Quaxley. Although I admit none of these stand out to me as like I have to have you as my partner, which is the first time that's ever happened.
You're getting rid of Quaxley, best boy.
He looks pompous and
he's dope.
Look at the sass. Look at the sass in the hip, Ricky.
That's what we
look at that.
Huh?
Yeah, that's true.
What are you looking at his hip for?
Look at that hand, Riku.
You're supposed to be looking at his expression. The spunky's ready for adventure.
I can't even see his face because his hair is so prolific and
yeah.
It's a fashion statement, Bow.
So you want a fancy duck?
Yes.
What's wrong with Side Duck?
Yeah, Quack Boy's out here.
Oh wow.
Rick is about to have a duck team.
See, Riku says all this now, but as soon as that cat evolves and that cat starts standing on 2 legs, gets some hips,
Ooh.
you know what's
Oh,
coming.
let's
Riku's gonna switch real quick.
I'm interested to see these evolved forms. Because here's the thing. When it came to... I did this before with fucking... I think it was Gen 4. Gen 4 is the one with Infernape, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, when I got Gen 4, I didn't look up the third evolutions. So, but I did see a picture of Infernape. So, I was like, oh shit. This might be the first time I don't go with water, right? And then I didn't look up the third evolution for Piplup or the other one. I just didn't care. I was like, Infernape, let's go. Fire Monkey, he looks fucking dope.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna just go for it. And you know, your rival always goes for whatever you're weak against. So he took the Piplup. I'm like, Piplup, cute little penguin, but I don't really care. I just want that Infernape, right?
Mhm.
When I saw him roll up with Empoleon, I was like, fuck. That is one of the most dopest looking water Pokemon I've ever fucking seen.
Really?
I should have. Yeah, I fucking love Empoleon. It's the most badass looking penguin in fiction.
Funny enough, I don't care for his previous forms, but I do also like Empoleon.
I don't care for that
Empoleon's
one.
fucking dope, bro. I was like, oh my fucking god, I've made a mistake. Infernape
Plus
is
his
dope,
hard
but
steel,
Empoleon,
which is awesome.
yeah. I was like, oh my god, I made a mistake. So that was the previous starting water bird Pokemon. I ain't making that fucking.
Oh, man.
I'm not making that that mistake again. This duck is gonna be badass. I can feel it.
Here's a question for you guys. What do you think their secondary typings are going to be once they're fully evolved?
That's a good question.
I think the crocodile is gonna be fire, earth, or fire.
I want to see
Fire
fire
is a
water.
crocodile. If he's a fire water type, that would be
water.
insane.
Interesting. Yeah.
He's a crocodile. It would be insane if he's a fire water type. Like that would be insane.
I was gonna go with Fire Dark, but I think we already had enough Fire Darks. Oh wait, no, is that firefighting that we have too many?
It's never enough fire darks. Never
okay.
enough.
Okay. I think Quaxley, like that one's gonna probably evolve to water flying.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's pretty safe bet.
Yeah. The other maybe I don't want to say poison, grass poison. That seems like there's too many of those. Fairy maybe.
I can see that for sure, especially with the almost pink eyes.
Yeah, I can see that. But I still think the fire one's gonna have the most
So that's
badass
just-
final evolution.
So
Yeah.
So question, that's just the way it goes now. When they get to their third forms, they get a second element. That's just
true, yeah.
It's not
yeah.
a set rule.
Yeah.
Like,
It just makes sense.
trying to
It's
rack
just
my
usually
head.
most of the time,
'cause-
that's the thing now.
Because back in like Gen 5, Superior, unless I'm wrong, someone correct me, Superior was pure grass.
He
and
was?
Wasn't he? I don't think he had a second typing.
Oh, that's
Samurai was pure water, wasn't it? But then Embor had a second typing.
Yeah, Emboy definitely had a second typing. And Superior is a. Oh no, it's pure grass. You're right. Yeah, it's pure grass.
So it's not always a rule they have to follow, but they try to make them balance usually. But I personally don't care if they're balanced or not. Just make them cool.
That's true. Let's see. Yeah, I think that's yeah. Yeah, it's not a set rule. It's definitely not a set rule. It feels like it is that they always get a dual type.
Yeah, it feels like it's an unspoken rule.
Yeah. I just remember when people got tired of firefighting.
Yeah, that happened 3 generations. in a
Yeah.
row.
Yeah, you got Blaziken, you had the Incineroar, and then you had Infernape, right?
Incineroar
Not in that
was
order,
dark.
but you have-
Embor was fighting.
Really? Okay, I thought Incineroar was. I mean, you're looking at
Yeah.
Incineroar doing wrestling moves and shit, man.
Right,
Come
you
on
would
now.
think that, but he's a heal, so dark type.
Yeah, that's an odd one.
okay.
I feel like that's a cop out for them to make another firefighting. Wait, guys, he's
Yeah.
dark. Shut up, man. He's over there doing WWE combos on niggas in the Smash Brothers games. That motherfucker's firefighting.
It's like they decided at the last moment, like we got another firefighting. We gotta.
Yeah,
change this up.
exactly. And they designed him to be firefighting. Like, oh shit, we just made another firefighting. Quick, change him.
Yeah,
Go back.
exactly.
That's what the fuck happened.
So we got anything else we want to say about Pokemon? Oh, we need to see more.
I think the region is based on Spain or Portugal. I think this time.
Here's what I want to say. Depending on how the third evolution of a Ducky Boy looks, I might grab this one.
Oh wow.
So you grab this one now.
Mm-hmm.
We will be playing this together.
Well, okay, I don't know about playing together, but I'll be grabbing this one.
Actually, on the subject of that, how would you guys feel if they made it so you can play this co-op from the get-go with someone? Because Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee already did that.
I would have my missus sitting next to me because we already play Pokemon laying in bed at the same time. So like we would be just there grinding through, her trying to use guides and me trying to stop her. It would be brilliant.
Using a guide for Pokemon?
Yeah, she likes to know like what the evolutions are and what level they evolve at.
That's half the fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I told her. I told her this. She's like, I know this is how I like playing the game. Stop stopping me from doing the way I like it.
Stop gatekeeping. Goddamn. We got super chat from Dual Beard. So to King Bao and MIA Warrior of Light, Baby Blake. Oh man, Baby Blake. Y'all messed up. I messed up. I can't believe that man ain't here to defend himself. Well, yeah, Pokemon looks good. I'm sure it's gonna find its way into my hands somehow, some way. I don't have all that much hype for it, but I know when it drops.
This man is eyeing that Yuzu emulator already.
Listen, I can either confirm or deny these allegations that you're throwing my way, sir. Like,
you know how you're gonna know if he's using that, right? All the Pokemon are gonna just have big old titties and stuff.
Oh my god!
Why do these Pokemon have big old titties for no reason?
That's why we can't let Riku have a PC. Let's go put mods.
Don't let him see that.
All right, guys. I think that's a podcast. Unless I'm missing any other topics, I think that's pretty much it.
Digimon Survive briefly, if you want to.
What happened with that?
If you didn't see it yesterday, they confirmed why it's taking so long and a ton of new details about the game. I can just quickly go over it. It'll take a couple minutes. So basically, the reason we haven't seen Digimon Survive is because they had to switch the entire dev team at development.
Oh, really?
And we got more details on the game. There's apparently, they didn't call it this, but there's apparently a Law Chaos Neutral Rare like SMT. This is going to be the darkest Digimon game to date that they warn may make some people uncomfortable, which I am looking very much forward to. Some Digivolutions are going to be locked to your route choices and just, I guess, like your affinity, like Law Chaos or whatever. Also, they have straight up demon negotiation. They don't call it that, but it's straight up demon negotiation from SMT in the game. Certain Digimon are locked to certain routes. What else did they say? That's a general.
No, I was gonna say the real question. When is it coming out?
They just said wait a while longer.
Oh my god, it's not coming
They
out.
they gave a good reason why. They told us why.
Yeah, he's got a point. Yeah, it had some development issues. They had to switch up the whole team, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know if this is true, but my friend told me this might be the dev team now that worked on Rune Factory, the latest one. I don't know if that's true or not.
Interesting. I don't know if I can condone that. Rune Factory is okay. I don't know if it's good enough for Pokemon.
Never got to try this series. Always wanted
to. Super chat from Pachinko Games and Sophie 2. Gotta hear Shadow complain on PC. Oh man. The Sophie 2 is just not optimized for PC at all. Shut up, Riku.
Didn't even get the thought.
Music to my motherfucking ears, baby boys and girls.
Well, yeah, it's like the game. Like I don't know what they tried to do on this game, but they've been releasing PC games for the last like a while, Gus and Koei Tecmo. So I don't know what's their issue with the PC ports just not being up to par day one. It's so weird. It's like I have a pretty good graphics card, and the game is not demanding. So I don't know why I'm getting frame rate drops all over the place. Sometimes they're saying that I have to set it to full screen. I gotta turn off like anti-aliasing because it doesn't do a damn thing, and I gotta do all this trickery to make it run right. It's not my PC. My PC is fine. I love you. Don't let Riku tell you otherwise. You're fine. You're perfect the way you are. It's the goddamn developers being stupid, Riku. Okay. Anyway.
Perfect the way you are until you need an upgrade. upgrade.
Here's the thing, right?
Then
Here's the thing, right?
you're yanking your baby apart, ripping his organs out and putting new ones in.
Here's the thing: when you want to say, until the PC needs an upgrade, right? Until the PlayStation has a new model that comes out, and then you just have to go there and just buy a new PlayStation that you can't get.
Here's the thing, though. Your upgrades happen on a yearly basis, baby boy.
Yearly.
Not yearly.
Bi-yearly.
Yes.
Every time that new card come out, you guys are rushing to the stores trying to grab it on the thing.
Not true.
Getting
That's
fucked
for gold
over.
chain gamers. That's not everyone.
Years.
I'm not gonna lie. If I hear that 4000 series graphic card, say goodbye to this PC. It's a wrap.
all of that love for what?
That's bad. Don't be hating on PC. All right? Don't be doing that. All right. But Sophie 2 is good. I prefer the battle system of Ryza 1 and 2. This one's more traditional turn-based, it seems. And I don't know, the fast-paced nature of Ryza's system, it wasn't exactly an action game, but it was more like active turn-based, and you really got to do button presses to really like pay attention to the field and see what's going on and make the best decision, or use a bunch of items. I will say for Atelier games, listen, I haven't played that many at all, but I kind of feel like if you played one,
I played all of them.
You played all of them because, like, I did a lot in Ryza 1 and Ryza 2, something that you probably don't know about, Q. But
wow.
As he should.
But like, I put a lot of time into that game, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I had to do it. It was there, low hanging fruit. But like the amount of stuff I did in that game, and like all the alchemy I did, all the stuff I unlocked, to go back to this game, and it's just like I'm back to level 1 essentially, which this game doesn't start you at level 1, start you at like alchemy level 20 or something like that. It's just like, I don't know if I feel like going through all this again. I'm sure that Atelier fanboy or fangirl is gonna castrate me. Castrate me? Is that a word? I don't know. Yeah, for saying that, but I kind of feel like I'm only interested in Atelier games if I'm interested in the characters. And this one, I don't really care for anybody in this cast. I'm gonna see how far I can get with it, but it's definitely not a priority for me to play. Super chat for Night Fury. Anybody having problems with Sophie 2 on other platforms? No. Oh, it's just a PC problem, Ash. You know what, Night Fury, get out. I'm tired of your bullshit. All right, you come into my Discord disrespecting people. You come into my Discord disrespecting me. You come into this chat disrespecting me. I'm getting tired of you, Night Fury. You know what? You on timeout, sir. You are on timeout, sir. All right. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, Q, are you playing Sophie 2?
Here's the thing, right? So I got a copy of Sophie 2 for PC, but remember my PC, I lost all my installations, so I have not reinstalled Steam yet. So the game is just not on my PC. When I reinstall Steam, I'm gonna test it out. Now it's probably gonna run on my system, or it probably isn't because I've got a different build than yours. Similar power but different build because you have Nvidia and I have AMD. But I'm looking forward to jumping into it. And I'll definitely be streaming it. So if you guys want to check out my stream, which is usually on a Monday, Monday and Thursday, you can come and see me play Sophie, which will be pretty cool. That being said, I still have to reinstall my Steam and OBS and all that crash probably tonight because I'm gonna need it for tomorrow. So yeah.
Okay.
The only thing about it is that I'm gonna have to reinstall some software, and then I'm gonna jump in, install the game, start playing it, and all that kind of stuff. Because I think it's installed on a drive. I just don't think that I have Steam installed. So we'll see. Q in a nutshell. Here's the thing. So here's the thing, right? That is the thing. The thing is.
Hey, Sprinkle with this super chat. Go ahead. Here's the thing. He said it like 5 times. You need that on the shirt, my guy. You need to put that on the shirt. Here's the thing, and that's it. Your baby needs to come out. Needs to come out and say, "Here's the thing."
Actually, here's the thing. I actually need to apologize to you, Shadow, because I actually have a mouse pad to send to you.
Oh yeah.
And so the missus went to the States. Was supposed to take the mouse pad with her, but I forgot to put it in her bag, and so she messaged me. She's like, hey, so did you give me that mouse pad to give a Shadow? So she's like, ship it to him from the UK if you have to. So somehow the missus cares enough to remind me to ship it to you. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll do it. And I put it in the living room along with some other parcels I need to ship out, like my nephew's birthday present and some other stuff.
You
And
hate
it's
to
just there
see
in the
it.
living room. Yeah,
Oh
I
my
know, I know.
god.
So I'm just apologizing. It will arrive. I'm just gonna have to ship it through some shipping service and send it to you. Yeah. That being said, the rest of you can fight for the other mouse pads. I'm gonna have a mixed martial arts tournament, and
What the
blood
fuck?
is allowed, and you may decapitate each other if you need to.
Jesus
Particularly
Christ.
Riku.
Oh my god. Jesus. Oh, Lord.
Oh, and
Uh,
by the way, what do you think would be a good way to get rid of the like? I'm thinking like so I've got this idea, right? I want to talk about it on the
he's
show
gonna say,
since
here's
you're
the
on.
thing. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, here's the thing. So here's the thing. We've got this. We've got these custom HPMP mouse pads. There are only three of them, right? I'm sending one to Shadow. The other two, I'm gonna give one to someone on the cast. I don't know who it is yet. Everyone's trying to decide. But the third one, I think, should go to the listeners. I'm thinking the good idea is to sign the pad and send it to Shadow. Then Shadow signs it and sends it to someone else, and then that person signs it and sends it to the other person. And then
Hmm.
eventually the pad goes to someone, and it's all signed by all of us. What do you think?
That's an interesting idea. I wouldn't
Wait,
mind that.
I'm signing a mouse pad, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Which mouse pad is this one? Like, what is on this mouse pad?
I think it's the same
HPMP.
one. Yeah, it's the same one that you
Oh, the
showed before.
HPMP. Oh, you mean the one that doesn't have a Falcom representative on it? I don't know about this. I would say, make a new one. Throw at least Emma on there, and I'll sign.
You know what?
Okay.
You know what? Here's what, right? Here's what. I could have a new one made. I'll just have to pay for it. But
Drake, every time he says, here's the thing, yo, listen, we be wasted if we took a shot for every time Q said, here's the thing.
you know what? Let's make that a game.
Oh
You know
my
what?
God.
People who listen to the podcast.
Oh
and
no,
post,
I'm not trying to get alcohol
Yeah,
poisoning, boy.
I know, right? All right, guys. I think that's the podcast. Let's get to the outros here. Devil, man. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, guys, thanks for having me on my first HPMP. It was a lot of fun discussing Elden Ring and Pokemon and everything. And yeah, hope to be back one day. You can check me out on my YouTube, just Devil May Pie. Recently did a video on Horizon, that greatness. Riku knows all about it. Eager to jump back in, but this Elden Ring's been dragging me away. So Horizon video out, Elden Ring video probably next week. So yeah, thanks for having me again, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Q?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I forgot. I was doing something. I was making that new mouse pad for Riku. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. As always, I am your husband of dreams, and you have been here talking about waifus and all that kind of stuff. And just basically, hope you guys enjoyed the episode. It's always fun. I will be streaming on YouTube at Simply Binge. So, sorry, not YouTube. Sorry, Twitch. Simply Binge. So make sure to follow on Twitch and come hang out where I will be playing Riser and also Sophie and talking about waifus and shit. But yeah, you guys can come and hang out. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow, so see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Riku?
Good episode of the HPMP podcast, and I hope everyone is having a good weekend and a good week moving forward. Hope everyone's out there having a good time with the games that they're playing. This first quarter is starting off strong with some good games, and we still have a lot to look forward to for the rest of this year.
Super chat from Duo Beer. Glad to hear from our sponsor today, Webcam. Oh my God. Listen, that's not on me, man. I don't know what's going on there. Bob, go ahead, man.
Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Bow and Friends podcast. Thank you, Devil, for being a guest, and Shadow for being our eternal guest.
Get outta
We
here.
appreciate you so much.
on.
Another
Listen, you
reminder, Super Robot Wars W for the DS. Download it, play it, give it a try. You will not regret it. If you need a link, just DM me on Twitter.
I'm about to put you guys on timeout every time you do that little jab at me, taking my podcast from me. I'm getting tired of this. All right, guys. I think that's everybody. I'm gonna try to have a video out this week. Not sure what happened. I got a busy work work week ahead of me, so we'll see how that goes. I am trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel a lot more. I created one deck, but I'm trying to test it out. It's been a while since I actually played Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm trying to figure out how to use it. And Bao, I might need your help with that and with some practice.
Sure.
But yeah, maybe soon we'll play a Yu-Gi-Oh! Game night once I get at least maybe another deck. I need at least 3 decks in Master Duel before I go fighting you guys. Before I'm not just a guy using one deck. So yeah, that's it for now. We will catch you guys in about 2 weeks, hopefully. Can't promise anything. I don't know what my schedule looks like. We'll see. All right, we're out of here. Peace.
Peace out, people.